And we did it. Guys, how are you today? What's happening? What's going on in your lives? What's happening over in your living room? I don't know why, but I feel drowsy and sluggish today. I'm not, it's weird. And I felt that way before I ate. I just ate for the first time about 10 minutes ago, and it didn't help, but I was tired before that. What's new with you guys? Julia Wulia. That's a cute name. There's Patty Collins, Nikki Hatfield, for what it's worth. Big Z, Rachel Harmon's here. John Shamwowski. Ewa's here. Laura Font's here. Amy Lee. Thank you, Amy Lee. Susie, SP Squirrel. That's cute. Heather in the library. Human, Marsha, Rachel UK, King's Kid, Katie Fulton, as always. We love Katie. Daniel Sander, Emily Blythe, Crystal Ratcliffe, ML, Ariel Serial. That's cute. Southern Belle. Hey, Carrie Ann. That's okay, Carrie Ann. Jeezy Beats is here. Miss Happen. Claire is red. That's cute. It matches your arm sling. Hey, Armine. Guys, I just got this top. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Hef is here. Julie's here. Dee Dee's here. Third Eye Open. Rainy, Arizona. It's raining here too. Aaron Malley is in Omaha. I look like a professor. Oh, good. That's always a good thing, right? Kim Leaf, Linda Perales, Love Maddie, Connie. You're a lurker. Well, Connie, thank you for saying hello. Kathy Kreitzer, lurker, cute. My sister George, Cheryl Ford. Oh, I love Jules Rainbow Bunny. Tennessee Treasure Finder, Hippie Chick, Fuzzy Kiwi, Suzanne Edwards, cute. Kate's here. Ursina's here, the doctor. Ursina is our oncologist friend, guys. She's a big deal. She's a big deal. Rhonda McNeil. I love Rhonda McNeil. Wow, Hev. Guys, who's familiar with the brand? I love this brand, the French Connection. They make really pretty clothes. I love you, Jules Rainbow Bunny. They make really pretty clothes. And hey, Mark Hardman, RB Seeley, cute. Just got up from a boat off Catalina Island. Okay, well, rub it in. Duchess Diana, why don't I like it? I do like it. I like a high collar kind of blousey. Oh, it was actually rolled down, wasn't it? I kind of like a high collar blouse. I don't love this. I don't know. I got it in two colors too. The reason I did that, the French Connection. Hey, Paula Puffer, Kelly C, Marie Baxter's here. The French Connection is not a cheap brand. They're kind of expensive, but there's a store that I love in Kansas City. They're kind of all over the Midwest, and they mark their stuff down if like it's a department store. It's called Von Mar. A lot of you know Von Mar. What is the bottom? Here's the top. This is exactly it. Okay. I like a puff sleeve. We all know I like girly. I like a puff sleeve. But I got it in another color and I love it in this color. This color, it's the exact same top, but I got it in this color too. Now, how much was this? $118. I got it for $29. The dark color is $29. The lighter color right now is $59. I bought both because, yeah, I was like, it's cute. I love the French Connection. You don't do a high neck, Laura. I like a high neck. As a matter of fact, I wore a high neck blouse on my third date with Jeff, and that's when we made out for the first time. And he was really trying to get into it. And I was like, yep, you can't because this is a high neck. Daniel, you said hi to yourself. That's okay. Hey, witness. Thank you. I think it's cute. I would prefer the dark Rachel Harmon. I like the top, the lighter top, but it's also like a 3/4 sleeve. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't really care because what I'm here for is this. I like a puff sleeve. I'm not going anywhere, Tony P. I just like clothes. It's silly. So anyway, guys, thank you, Killy Billy. Nacho's mom is here. You could start being an influencer. That would be neat. Katie Fulton, I thought of you. Yeah, the colorful one. Katie, the colorful one. What's left in the sizes? A small and an extra small. You could do the small, Katie, or the extra small, probably. Well, I don't know with your boobs. You probably would have to do the small, but it's just cute and it's velvet. It's a mixture of velvet. So, well, hi, I'm a Hot Mess Express. And then, Katie, I thought of something else for you. Guys, I got those new platform Ugg boots and I really like those. And I was looking at these at Von Mar. I saw these. I saw somebody wearing them. I was like, meh, they're okay. But I do kind of like the sweatery part of them. That's kind of cute to me. Well, I was looking at them, Katie, at Von Mar, and they're 250. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I don't really. Well, now they have them marked down, guys, to 125. I have a Von Mar card. So I went ahead and did it. And look how many sizes are left. They have all the sizes left. I think they're cute. I mean, I'm not going to style those like to go out in, but I like them. Yeah, they're cute and they're half off. And I even thought like, hey, Ken Cole. I even thought like with a like jazzing up a jogger or like a cute skinny leg sweatpant with like a cute sweatshirt or something. I don't know. I thank you, Annette. Yeah, I'm not a huge UGG person, but then when the weather gets really cold here, I'm like, "Where are my Uggs?" It's the only thing I wanna wear. And I like UGG, like, I wear these around the house a lot, the slippers. I wear these, but, I mean, I don't know. I say that, and then when it's really cold, yeah, I live in my Uggs. And I thought those were cute. They kind of jazzed it up. Thank you, Care for JC. They jazzed it up a little bit with the sweatery material. I don't love that it says UGG. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't like brands where they splash their name across. I think it's tacky. I don't want to advertise for you. I don't like that. Jeanette, even half off won't do it for you. I get that, girl. Hey, Linda McMillan. Donna's here. Scrubs and jammies, Julie. I did that too. Alibaba Bunny. That's cute. Hey, babe. Spicy Cat Foster. Guys, so also I wanted to tell you, I talked with so Melissa, our doctor friend, I have not, thank you, Ken Cole. I just talked about this top. Thank you, Autumn Hall. It's on sale, guys. I just got it. I just took the tags off. It's cute. I got it in 2 colors. Amir from Dublin. They're a mess in the rain. Absolutely. Welcome, first of all. I don't wear my Uggs in any kind of moisture. Even though I treat the ever living out of them, I really treat them with suede treatment. I do that with all my leathers. I won't wear those. I don't wear anything I like in rain. That's why I'm not greatly excited to go to Seattle because, hey, Aaron from Minneapolis, because I don't own, it's okay, Lumen. I don't own a lot of clothing that you can wear in the rain, honestly. Like, I just don't have stuff that I'm like, oh, I'm willing to get that soaked. I don't want to. I'm mad at myself. I wore my Golden Goose shoes out in the mud today to pick up dog poop. And I was like, why did I do that? I was a little mad at myself about it because they were the glittery kind. And I don't think you're supposed to get those wet. The glitter can come off. And that made me mad. Katie Fulton, you're taking a look. Hey, Jazzy girl. Roni. Yeah, you don't wear Uggs in the rain. Yeah. Katie, I thought of you when I saw those boots. Hey, Stana rhymes with Donna. I got your email. Thank you for that, by the way. Not your email, your Facebook Messenger message. I agree, Alana. You know, that's another issue with Uggs. Katie, in those boots, I am typically a size 9. I get an 8. Yeah, I'm an 8.5. 8.5, somewhere in there. I'm between an 8.5 and a 9. And I did an 8. Uggs tend to run a little big. Alana, I feel the same way. Okay. I feel the same way. When it's super cold, Uggs aren't even that warm. Like my feet have been freezing in them. How do I feel about Crocs, Brianna Miller? My son wears them all the time. I don't own a pair of Crocs. I did in my 20s. I used to wear them with scrubs. And then I switched to Birkenstock clogs with my scrubs. But I don't own any Crocs now. Lynn, you live in your Ugg boots? Yeah. Philip Wright, blouse, boots. Reese, are you a big fan of Dr. Seuss? I don't understand the connection, Philip, but actually, yes, I am a big fan of Dr. Seuss. $30 Costco knockoff Uggs everywhere. Kimmy Steele, by the way, I just opened your box today. Kimmy Steele, you guys sent us a bark box for the dogs. That was so sweet. There were two cute, really cute toys. And then there were 2 bags of treats and then a little tiny bag of treats. Kimmy Steele, that was so sweet of you. I've never gotten one of those before. It was such a cool box. So thank you, babe. That was really sweet. Hey, Fancy Nancy. Mark, why did you block me on Tinder, Reese? If that's really what you look like, I'm not blocking you on anything, Mark. You're pretty damn cute. You're not going anywhere, mister. So no, I didn't block you. That was a different Reese. Lori, this is a top. It's a top. I was just showing it. Because I just got it on sale and I just cut the tags off. It's a top, Lori. Yeah, I also don't wear flip-flops. Yeah, no, Mark was cute. We're not going to swipe on him. We wear Uggs with shorts at the beach in the summer in California. I could see that about California people. Well, look who just ate his lunchies. Hi, Bobo. Oh, he's such a good person. He's a nice person, aren't you? You're a good boy. He's got teddy bear hairs. Him's got little pood hairs. Hey, Ev Barney. Hi, Amy Green, Yarn Prepper. I hope you're doing better today, Yarn Prepper. I know. So, guys, I don't know. It's just kind of a dreary day here, and I just don't. I'm not. I don't know. Hey, Peace Lady, I'm sluggish today. So I did want to tell you guys I have exciting news. I haven't talked to Melissa, our doctor friend. I know, Ken Cole. He's so cute. He's so cute. You're a good boy. He's a nice person, too. He's a really friendly person. He listens to your stories. He always listens to his mom's stories, and he's very patient, and he gives good advice. How did your surgery go? Got home from surgery. I'm so glad to get to be here to listen to my therapy. I love you all very much. Thanks for all the good juju and prayers. I'm so glad it's over with, Deborah. Oh, no, Yarn Prepper. I'm so sorry. I knew that you were having a hard time. Guys, everybody send good vibes, prayers, thoughts, all those things to Yarn Prepper, babe. We're so sorry. We're here with you, and I'm really sorry. That's terrible. Ev Barney, I love this hair clip. It's my favorite one. Every family dog is mixed with a poodle. That's so true. I think he's a standard poodle, but I can't be 100%. Sarah, I sent this mouse is acting so weird. Okay, Sarah, I sent you an email. Okay, then how long ago? I'm pretty caught up, but now I have about 3 days worth of emails to catch back up on. You might just resend it if it's before that. Yeah, Yarn Prepper, we're all really sorry, babe. That's horrible. Nancy Stitchin, I'm happy to see you in here again. She didn't want any funeral gathering or even obituary. Wow. Well, you have to honor what she wanted. That's really sad. That's horrible, and I'm so sorry, babe. That's nice, Rhonda. Bo's head is as big as Gertie's body. Yes, he's huge. Guys, I want to tell you that I spoke with our therapist friend. Her name is Gretchen. She's a licensed psychologist in California. I am very excited. We have been texting each other this afternoon, and she's going to come on and do a live with us this coming Monday, the 29th at 1 p.m. My time, Central Time. She could be a Chihuahua Yorkie mix. So guys, hi, Susan Weimer. Yeah, it's horrible, Daniel Sander. Hey, Titanic. Welcome, Kim Greenleaf. Hey, Anna Banana. Yeah, Katie, yes. So we have a licensed, like I said, psychologist. Her name is Gretchen. She's a fan. She's a friend of the show, guys. She watches all the time. She's going to come on and talk with us. And she said, I'm really looking forward to this. I love what she said. She said, I'm really looking forward to this. And hopefully will help some people feel more comfortable with therapists and the questions people have about the process. But really, I have no agenda, which is the best part. And I said, yeah, I'm the same. The goal here is to hopefully make someone who's thinking about therapy comfortable with it. Also, maybe some under the radar people will be watching. And yes, Katie, we're excited about that. Yeah, Erica, good. You have Mondays off. Awesome. Erica also is one of our people in Seattle. We've got a couple people, guys, in the Facebook group. Yeah, Kathy, and no agenda. We have some people in the Facebook group who are scheduling for when I come to Seattle in a few weeks. And I think we're going to do 2 different meets because some people can't do the weekend. So we're going to, this is tentative. It's like 90% for me. I just have to talk to Jeff about it. What I'm thinking is, guys, we're going to do something. We're going to do a meet on Sunday at a brunch place, I think. We're going to have brunch in Seattle. And then, hey, Sharon Paris. And then Tuesday, for those that can't make it Sunday, and just for those who want to hang out again, because I'm really looking forward to this. Why is Reese going to Seattle? I'm going to Seattle for Jeff has a work thing with the Masonic home, his Mason stuff. It's a home board meeting thing. And Laura Font, I'm going to be in Seattle from February 15th to February 22nd. Yeah, Ken Cole, we don't have an agenda. Jeff has a conference. That's a great way of putting it. He has a Masonic home conference. So we're going to do something in Seattle, guys. We're going to do some kind of a brunch on the 18th, and then we're going to get together again on the 20th. What's the city? Erica, tell me what are we doing on Tuesday? It's not going to be Seattle. It's like an outside part of Seattle. Okay. I don't know how to say this word. Snohomish. So we're going to be meeting there. Ursina, I would love to do that. I would love to come overseas. Yeah, Duchess Diana, I will live stream for sure. I will. Antiquing, that's what we're doing on one of them. Erica said Snohomish, Squamish. And then Carrie Ann is also setting something up with Erica. We're going to go antiquing in Snohomish. Wow, Crystal Smith. One of the first times I'm joining your chat, you're going to be keeping me company on my commute. Wow, I love that, babe. Welcome. I'm a little sluggish today, so I apologize. I should wear this ring when I go out with Aaron for protection. That's a good idea, Doc. I've been to the fish market. I've been to Seattle before. Oh, Laura, the 18th is your birthday. That's amazing. Jarrett, Reese, love how you guys all over your own vibes. You are my calming chat. Aaron is my stick it to him vibe. And Mike and Sterling are my goody two shoes. Comedy and comedy plays. I love that, Jarrett. Thank you, my friend. I will, Purple Groovy. Oh, Kimmy Steele, that's where your father-in-law lives? Hey, Amanda. Hey, Brent. Glitter and ammo. I hate it when that happens. Hey, Georgia Burke. Oh, Snohomish. Snohomish. Squawomish. Broncos for life. I love Seattle. Sterling will be on with me tomorrow, Karen. Don't worry. He had some family in town on Sunday. Make sure to add a disclaimer when you have your chats with the therapist and OBGYN, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll be on top of that. Yeah, I mean, I like to antique too. I hope there is some good antiquing there. Guys, I also love like a vintage shopping experience, vintage jewelry. We know this. Hey, Summer Savage, I tried to take a nap today and it just didn't work out for me. And I'm sad about it because I really want to take a nap. Does French Connection have plaid work shirts? I don't think so, Philip White, but that's not a hard thing to find, a plaid work shirt. Good plaid shirts are like Polo or Ralph Lauren. They make a good button down for men. I have a few for Jeff. Carrie! Someone very close to me was put on. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry, Carrie. Good to see you, babe. Your friendship with Sterling is very comforting somehow. It's very comforting for me too. Kat, I'm sad to hear that, babe. No, OBG Foster, I didn't. That's true, Sherry. Tractor Supply has cotton plaid work shirts. That's true. So guys, I was just going to chat a little bit today. I was going to talk a little bit about my therapy appointment yesterday because I thought that we could it might help for us to talk it out for some things that you might have going on in your life as well. I wasn't sure. Um, and then I'm going to have on for just a little bit. When I'm done with that, I want to talk to Brian. Are you in here? I didn't even see you guys. Brian Lucas. Do you remember Brian Lucas? Of course, you remember him. He's in every chat that we have. But I did a live with him a couple months ago, and he's a poet. That's his name, actually. And he wrote this book. And I love Brian Lucas. He's really fun to chat with. So I thought I would have him on for just a little bit. I don't ever go to Portland. Mm-mm. Oh my God. Yesterday's live was so funny. So many people. Oh, good. He's here. He's here. Okay. There's Brian. I love Brian. That chat yesterday was so silly. So many people commented and talked about whether or not they wear underwear. And then what did somebody say? They like took it really seriously and they were like, what did they say? It was the weirdest comment. They were like, some people wear underwear, Reese, and some don't. And it's like a personal thing. And I was like, did you even watch the video? Like the whole thing was just for sillies. It's so funny to me when people take stuff, hey, Sarah Bell, like so seriously. Brisbee Tales. Yeah, who doesn't love Poet? You only wear underwear when you go out. You work from home. Why would I wear underwear? For a number of reasons, honestly, for a number of reasons. But that's just me. And I tend to be a little bit on the juicier side, so I kind of want to. Mm. Evie, Brian Lucas, your book is on Amazon, right? Hey, Patty Wisdom, welcome. You're new here. Welcome, babe. Thank you, Brittany. Moisture issues? Yeah, a little bit juicy. I get juicy. I love that, Cat. What piano song is played at the end? Jeff asked me that the other day. You're welcome, Starlina. That Fred plays. I don't mind the word moist. I actually don't like the word discharge. I don't know. I looked it up and I found it and now I can't find it. I'd have to look with my app again when he plays it. I know why. Jeff looked it up on his app while I played it. Yeah. It's just a little juicy for me. Ken Cole, I love that. Yeah, no one likes discharge. Discharge is such a gross word. I don't like it. Um Guys, the more people that enter into your life, hello, Deborah. You know that saying, more money, more problems? I've never found that to be true, but I don't have any money. Like, I don't know. I guess if you want to like throw a bunch of money at me, I will be the one to test it out and see if it gives me more problems. If you guys want me to do it, I'll do it. Okay, fine. You want to send me money? I'll let you know if it increases in the problem department. Kelly B. But what I do find to be true, more people. Yes. Summer Savage. More people, more problems. The more people that come into your life. One moment, please hold. More people, more problems. And I just want to clarify too, discharge is not unhealthy. It's actually a sign that you are lubed up and ready to go in that department. I've had people say it's unhealthy. I don't have discharge. I ovulate and then I get juicy depending on my mood. I just want to clarify that. I just want to be clear because discharge is not gross. Well, it's gross. The word is gross. I was quoting Biggie. Really? Keep your circle small. Shelly, where have you been, girl? I haven't seen you for a couple of days. Yeah. The more people, dryness is unhealthy. You know, I think if a man had to choose, he would choose juicy Lucy, not dryness. Okay. Nothing wrong with juicy. There's nothing wrong with being juicy. Hey, Susan P. I just don't like the word moist. It's not for me. It's not the best. It's okay. I have a question. Brian, I'm going to send you a message real quick. Please don't get mad at me, by the way. Please don't get mad at me. I'm not blowing you off. Guys, hold on. Please don't get mad at me. Do you want... Brian and I might be doing something after this. Actually, he isn't. Guys, don't get mad at me. Nobody be mad. Fine. Guys, somebody wants to come on and chat with us. I don't even know how, I don't remember how to do this. It's been so long. Copy, Gmail. And I'm in a little bit of a mood for it. I got to be honest. He caught me in the right mood. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it, but it might be real. It might be real for you. You guessed it. I don't own any velour pants that say juicy. People get mad at me when I'm on my phone for a minute when I'm on the live. Yeah, Tommy. Mr. Scoville himself wants to come on and have a chat. And Brian Lucas is being understanding of that. And I'm still going to get with Brian as well. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a showdown, aren't we? Yeah, I don't mind. I'm here for it. I don't mind that I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. I can take it today. No, Brian, we're still going to do something. I keep my promises. We could so read your Tommy energy. It's a thing, isn't it? You can tell. You can see it all over my face when that guy is somewhere in my vicinity, can't you? No, it's not David Miscavige today. He had to reschedule. Have we made a reaction video to what happened to Aaron? I don't know. What does that really mean? What exactly is a reaction video? Why are we showing down? We're not. But Tommy and I, things get bumpy. Things get bumpy between the two of us. We're both cancers, and our little crab claws. Sorry, kids are over, so can't say but wanted to check in. Hope you're well, Abigail. I just love you, girl. Thank you for that, and thank you for your super chat. Tommy, chop, man. Time is money. We don't have all the time in the world. We can feel your Tommy energy. I'm so happy to hear that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sarah Bell, I'm not going to stand up to show you because I have ugly pants on, but I keep showing a picture of the shirt. That's what it looks like. Yeah, you got to be zen about things. I was going to say, dude, chop. Oh, look who it is. Everybody said that I have a energy whenever I'm talking to Tommy. I wonder what that's about.
Is that a good energy?
I don't know.
Man, that could, so this could be a bad thing.
It could be a bad thing because we tend to get on each other's nerves.
You know what? I don't think that that's the truth.
What is the truth then? Please.
I think we have occasionally had breakdowns in communication that have caused us problems, but it hasn't happened in a long time, haven't we? Have we not been doing fantastic? Honestly,
that's a little bit too analytical, and I'm going to need to have a little more of a fight with you than that.
I have to pay more than that. All right, I'll take it. Run roughshod. I'll give you a free pass. Go ahead.
That's just a little bit too easy peasy. And I need more drama.
Okay. Well, I'll take, let me back up then, and I'll take some more responsibility. How would that be?
Oh my God. I would love to hear that. Please.
Yeah. I handled the last thing really, really poorly, and I get freaked out. It's something that I deal with, the same thing you deal with. I have absolutely no issues at all with image or anything else. I've never cared about any of that. But I'm afraid of everybody that I've been friends with, right? Especially if they happen to be of the opposite sex in the last, whatever, hasn't really worked out. So that's kind of an issue. And to be really honest, especially if you're doing well with somebody, to be honest at the level that I have to be honest to explain who I am, I honestly intended to do that, but I had not had one of those days in so long. I honestly had gotten to the point where I kind of felt like I was bulletproof. I had not had one of those days.
May I stop you for a moment? I'm actually not following where you're going with this. You said the last thing. What's the last thing? We've had so many bumps in the roads. I honestly don't know what you're referring to.
Wow. And you know what? I get on a roll and then I don't remember exactly what I was, which is kind of a bummer. Here's what I was trying to get across is that I really do need to sit down very early on with everybody that I talk to. And I should have done that, but it's such an embarrassing thing until you really kind of have that relationship. It's such an embarrassing thing to say, because really what you're saying is, when this comes on, I'm such a cripple, that I have to run. I'm such an emotional, damaged human being that I run, and it can have nothing to do with you. It can have nothing to do with anything, but there is a point at which, like, running is literally what has gotten me 8 years, right? I run. It doesn't happen often. There's a checklist of things I can go down, and even to get through that checklist, I didn't do a very good job of getting off the phone, but I was panicking. Legitimately panicking.
Phone? Tommy, I'm honestly embarrassed. I'm still trying to follow where you're going with this. I thought you were talking about our last live together on your channel.
Oh no. I don't think that the last time that we were on, I had an opportunity to really explain this. I feel like I started, but I don't feel like I had an opportunity to explain why I didn't do it. Right. So I think that's kind of important. One thing is that it had been so long since anything like that had happened. And the last time that it had happened the last two times it had happened, someone had died, right? It had been really like someone I was working with that just rocked me. It was an overdose and someone that took their life. And in both cases, they were so out of left field that I really struggled. But there was nobody there right next to me to freak out when I went through that. And it was really unfortunate that we were on the phone when it happened. And then I think that we tried to hash it out with the best of intentions last time. And it's a challenge to hash things out. Like you saw me earlier, I was getting rid of everything, right? I wasn't turning on chat. I was turning off chat because if I'm going to do this, I don't want to read anything that anyone is saying. So if people, this isn't going to hurt my feelings, right? Now they can say whatever they want to, and I'm not going to read it because it is one of those things that starts to hurt. And I think that that's what happened last time is that people, if people want to weigh in, they should be able to. They really should. I just am not going to read it. It tends to hurt feelings, and I don't want that to happen. It certainly happened last time, and I know your feelings got hurt, and it bummed me out. I mean, there were people that had been on my boat for a long time that are gone, and that sucked. I didn't want that to happen either, and I think that a lot of times people think that they're trying to support the host, right? They think that they're trying to come to your aid, and I didn't need anybody coming to my aid. Like that was the last crap in the world I wanted. And I tried to say at the beginning of that if this looks like it's a me against her thing, then leave and come back when you understand it. Because I didn't have any desire to go on and have it be a debate or anything else. I just wanted to honestly say where I thought I came up short on that. And not again an excuse, but full disclosure. I haven't had to tell anyone of the opposite sex. And I'm not saying that we were, getting ready to propose, but you are someone of the opposite sex. And it's a difficult thing to say to a guy. It is a much more difficult thing to say to a woman. It's just, to the whole, I don't have an emotional system like other people. Like I'm so damaged from the years. I did this for 3 decades. I shot dope, right? Every single day I shot heroin for 3 decades. And once that got kind of fixed, I was able to get clean. I was not able to get normal. I'm never going to be normal. I'm going to be sober. But I normally tell people that a lot further into the relationship. But we hit something really early on that was perhaps life-threatening, right? Or at least frightening as hell, and all of that added in. And I normally too get kind of some buildup. If that makes sense. Normally I start to get, there's a series of things that happen, like palms begin to sweat, and there's a lot of things that let me know that something's coming. And I usually can get things rolling. But it is what it is. Hold on 1 second. I got texted. Hold on. Apparently somebody hates me. I'm going to read this one. Hold on. I don't see it. I'm not sober. That's not very nice. It really isn't. Sean Matthew says you're not sober. I've it's funny. I work with thousands of people in the recovery deal. I have never said that to a human being. I'm not sure why you think I'm not sober, but
strike one, brother. Don't do it again.
I mean, it's a bummer. It really is. But you know what? We live in a world where this is legit. What he's going to say is, you said on a channel you had a few beers. I was never an alcoholic. Like that was not my problem. And you know what? I have glasses of wine. I have beers. I probably have 11 of them a year, right? I don't drink to excess. Not really my thing.
Well,
but
so far we've got one person. Yeah. This is why, Tommy, another thing, I think we have a hard, honestly, I really had a hard time going on your channel that day because there were quite a few people that were like, Reese is awful or immature or whatever they were saying. And, not good for you, Tommy. A lot of people, Tommy, are saying they're not following what you were just talking about. And I have to be honest, I'm really trying to understand you. This this is something that goes on behind the scenes, and you asked to come on, brother. So I'm going to
I
go there.
did. I'm not bummed out at all about,
And I'm not about to be mean to you, but I do like to get into the guts of stuff. And I think it's a cancer thing. We both like to. We can handle our own. We can hold it. But
sure.
the thing is, I think Tommy, I've said this before about you behind your back. I'm crazy about Tommy. I'm crazy about Tommy Scoville. I think he is very special. I have said this to my chat before, Tommy. I said this actually, didn't I do this last night, you guys? I said I was having a conversation. Tommy, this is interesting. We're glad that you're here. Welcome. I had a conversation with Jeff yesterday and I said, I'm considering this whole not polygamy, polyamorous thing because I can't get what I need. I said to Jeff, out of you. I can't get what I need. And I said to him in the car, I got what I needed from Tommy. And I said that to I'm very open, my friend. I'm very open. Even with,
Gotcha. That
and
is, that's something.
I said, emotionally, he does something more for me that I haven't experienced in a long time. So anyway, I get you. I get where you're going, but for whatever reason, guys, this is what went on behind the scenes. It's like it's not a lack of love. Although I don't speak for Tommy. I don't really know how the guy feels about me. I profess my love for you all the time. I don't know how you feel, but I will say this: it's not a lack of love, but we can't seem to it's weird. I don't want to say communicate because I feel like we communicate really well. Like I feel like you understand me very well. Maybe I don't understand you as well. Maybe that's the problem.
I think that there's probably something to that. I'm not sure that I understand me, right? I've come up with a game plan that has managed to get me 8 years, right? And I've never made it past 2. So that's kind of epic. And I have a game plan of things that I follow. I'm damaged, but I'm not afraid to hash things out. Like I think both times I've kind of done this, and I think it's because I have the best chance of actually getting to do this. We probably have the best chance of doing it this way. If I ask you for this and I kind of put you on the spot, I think, and I'm not afraid to hash this out. I really do want to. It left me really, really bummed out. You know, it was a painful thing on, and even after you came on, you know, people would still come over and want to throw in a hey, let me support you. And I understand the concept of wanting to support the people that you like, but it's toxic. You know what I mean? Because support isn't, hey man, we got your back. It's, you know what, screw that person, right? And it kind of becomes an ugly thing instead of, and I'm ashamed that happened on the channel because it really is not that channel, and it's not something that we see. It was an unusual situation because there's never been sort of any kind of a weird dynamic between anybody on there, but what they did was depressing. It really was, and that was something else that I walked away just feeling sad about. But what I did a terrible job in communication, and I think that if I had done a better job, we would have been all right. The timing was just terrible. If we weren't fighting, like things were great, and I think that that's probably worth explaining. We were on the phone having a very nice conversation. That we weren't arguing, we weren't yelling at each other. There was nothing. It wasn't weird at all, until it was. And
great time on that conversation. We were actually getting to the point of some things that. If you recall, right? That was the day it all went to crap, by the way. That day. It all started when I texted you when you were on a live. That's when it all started.
Yes.
And it was a shame because before that day, I was really feeling good about like keeping you in my life for the rest of my life. I was really feeling good about like this is solid ground for me. And that's not a common thing, by the way. That's not common for me to feel like I'm stepping on solid ground. I don't ever feel that way. And so I take a lot of responsibility for that day because I think, what could I change about that day? Well, obviously I'm the one who messed it up by texting him during his live. And there were obviously pieces to that I didn't know about because then you texted me back and you were like, this, and this happened. And I was like, whoa, oh, I didn't know all that. Remember?
Yes.
And you were angry.
Yes.
And then I found out why you were angry and I didn't understand, right?
Yes.
So I think it was just immediate breakdown from there. But then you and I had a phone conversation that was going great. I actually started to feel like, okay, good. And the first thing you said to me was, you were like, you were like, we're great, but we're bad at texting. And it was actually kind of,
Yeah.
you were like, we're perfect to talk. Like, and I love what you said. You were like, from now on, like going forward, we're only allowed to talk on the phone. We can't
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
And I
Because we're bad at it.
Well, I thought that was pretty adorable. No one's ever said that to me. Like I've never had trouble texting a person before.
The you do. I'm sorry, but both of us have an ability to go to say what were you just talking about, right? When both of us know exactly what we're talking about, but the other person seems to be like, yeah, you lost me, and it happens a lot, or if, and God forbid, because we're people
Ew.
who use innuendo, right? None of that gets through, right?
But
So
Tommy, I don't have this problem with anybody but you. You're the only person that even just now starting on this live, I was like, what? Like I'm trying to understand you, but I have a hard time sometimes. But texting, you're the only guy I've ever texted with where I'm like, how do I take that? I don't know. And then you'd have to explain yourself. And then I just started to feel more and more dumb. Honestly, I was like, I'm not usually this stupid for whatever reason. I don't speak your language.
well, no. See, that's got nothing to do with you. That's not you. That's me. Um, I tend to communicate in ways that I've trimmed out everything. Like I get down to just, especially if I'm talking to someone and if we're having a conversation like you and I are having now, it's fun to try to really explain yourself as much as possible. But if we're talking about something that's scheduling or something like that, I really kind of trim off everything but 4 o'clock, sort of spit stuff out that's just real factual. And you always come back with, what the hell are you talking about? And then we kind of try to go that way, and it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, it was a shame. I just want to say, Tommy, the whole thing is a shame because I think we're lovable people. I don't think that either one of us intends harm toward the other. Like I said, I've told the world how crazy I am about you. There's none of that. There's no secrets. It's no smoke and mirrors. How I feel about you, everybody knows. So that day was a bummer for me as well because I was going, oh my God, I'm talking to Tommy. I love Tommy. I'm talking to Tommy. And you're like making me laugh. And then all of a sudden there was a breakdown in communication. And that was heartbreaking for me too, because I thought, oh wow. Like again, I kind of felt like whatever I just did triggered him. So I don't want to be in this person's life anymore because I'm toxic. And I'm
Yeah.
usually not
and
toxic.
and I was really trying to get across the this may have started 7 months ago. Like this nothing that you just said. Like I said it about 10 times. I just don't think I could make you believe it. But I said nothing you just said has anything to do with this. Right? There's an alarm bell. I cannot explain it. If I could explain it, I'd be rich, right? Because I would do a much better job of doing what I do, and people would pay whatever to understand why people like me are like me. Everybody on the planet who knows anybody that's a drug addict would like to understand the inner workings of that mind. And I don't know that we have a handle on it, but everybody sort of comes up with a game plan. And I'm not kidding you. Like for me, what happens is instantly I go from the sun is shining, life is excellent to I am so uncomfortable in my own skin that if I don't do something about it really quickly, I'm going to die. Like it's that feeling. And heroin was always that thing that I needed to do about it because it would make that go away. And I have learned 10 things I can do to make that go away. Right. And I have a whole checklist of things I go down. I can't do them when I'm on the phone. And I was just trying to say, you know what, I may have to like get in a tub full of ice. There's a lot of weird things I do, but I could usually have it tightened up in about 30 minutes. Right. And we could be back on the phone, but I was not very good at, because the panic set it's in. Sorry.
I didn't know. I just didn't know that, Tommy. I had no idea. And you got so mad at me for not, I don't know what's happening here. I'm okay.
I kind of like it. This is something about Mary thing going on. Right.
It is. This is, yeah, it's not the best.
I didn't get angry. Honestly, I wasn't angry. I was sad is what I was. I mean, honestly, because I could not communicate that this, no matter how many times I tried to say, Reese, I swear to God, it's not what we're talking about. We're getting along. This is great, right? We're not arguing. This wasn't about that, but I could not. And I understand why. I'm sorry.
You said something like you were going 100 miles an hour and I went, whoa, whoa. I remember going, whoa, 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 whoa. What happened in the last 30 seconds? And you were like, you were like, you're not listening to me. And you were getting mad at me. And you were like, look, I can't do this with you. You were like, I just can't do this with you. You're not the person I can talk to about that. Like, you don't understand. And I was like, you're right. I don't. So anyway, I still think that could be the case between us. I really wish this could work, but I don't want that to ever happen again. And you talk about, I didn't realize that. See, and I can't speak to being an addict. Yes, I did meth. Jeff asked me this yesterday. No, wait. It was my therapist, actually, I think, that asked me yesterday. He said, how did you quit doing meth? And I told him, and I said, I just got out of the city I was in because I knew that I'd keep doing it if I didn't.
Right.
And he said, so I said, I just left the city. I looked in the mirror. I had the dark circles. I was all sunken in. I knew I was going to die if I don't get away from this. And I got away from it. And it was hard for about 2 months. I felt like I kind of had withdrawals. I was shaking. I was cold. I wanted more, but I was nowhere near an access point to it anymore.
Right.
I wouldn't call myself like an addict. I don't experience what you experience. I don't feel things in my head. So I don't know what it's like. And I'm afraid that it's so a part of you. I didn't realize that it sounds to me, Tommy, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like you think with it all day long. You think with like almost every decision you make is like, I have the background of an addict and that's part of your decision. Like it almost seems like, do you ever separate yourself?
No.
That's a weird question, but like it's
almost I mean it's not possible to separate this from what I am, right? If the disease was lupus, right, or if the disease was anything else, but because the disease has symptoms like drug abuse, right, instead of symptoms like hair falling out, right, all of the stuff that we see in normal sickness, because with addiction the symptoms are drug use. Now, honestly, meltdowns like that, I've had 4 since I left prison. Right, they do not happen very often. They're very. Sorry,
I didn't know that. I a weekly thing for you.
No, God, no. Thank God, no. When I first quit, it was really different. When I first quit, I spent more time trying to figure out how not to use. Then there was never really smooth water. And that was probably for about 4 or 5 years. Honestly, the first 4 or 5 years, I was just like, I'm not going to use, like, kind of stuff, Then after that, I started to really work on, the figuring out why I was a screw up. There's a reason that most addicts do drugs, right? And the drugs are a symptom of whatever's bothering them inside. And I know why I started doing drugs, and it's not something that I talk about a lot in public, but I know why I started to do dope, and it's something that I've been journaling and working on with counselors and shrinks and therapists, and I've come a long way. It used to be a lot more than 4 a year, and I'm really hoping it's going to get to a point where years go by that doesn't happen. But I will throw somebody off a bridge if they're between me and getting away from whatever's going on, right? Like the biggest fear in my life, there is no fear bigger than somehow, I don't know if I told the story, but when I got out of prison, not this last time, but the previous time, I was given morphine in a hospital, and it was like a light switch. I cannot explain what this stuff does to me. And I had a team of people that just said, we'll get you through this. Once the pain part is done, we'll get you through this. I was like, no, I will kill all of you. Like instantly, it was like, you're going to get out of my way. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go get this stuff. And, I just become something completely different. It's a Jekyll and Hyde thing. It really is. And it's terrifying. And there's not much I won't do to ensure that doesn't happen again.
Can I ask
and absolutely.
This is an interesting question I've never thought to ask you. Does it go through your mind like all day long that you want to use? Do you still think like I'm going to use like, okay.
No, I get cravings like what happened to me on the phone about 4 times a year. And if I have my shit together, pardon me, if this move and everything that happened really screwed me up. And then I had the heart thing. And because normally I catch this way before it happens, right? Through the journaling and through everything I do, I know when I get off track and I know something's wrong and I can fix the problem. There was so much going on in my life that I was journaling, but I wasn't going back and reading it and I wasn't paying much attention to it. And started saying things like F my life and things that I don't say. I started getting really frustrated. And these are the canary in the coal mine kind of stuff, right? These are the alarm bells that should be telling me something's wrong. I continued to plow forward. And then that feeling comes on that I'm going to make that feeling go away, right? That's who I've been my entire life. And there's one thing I know that will make that feeling go away. So I have to do a lot of other things, yoga, stretching, deep breathing exercises, meditation, right? All of the things that exercise, right? I don't have a six pack because I'm trying to impress people. I swear to God, I have a six pack because the kind of workouts that takes to do that are really therapeutic if you start feeling weird, right? Working out's a huge thing for me. And it's not because I want to look a specific way or weigh a specific amount. It's because it really helps with the therapy. So, and I'm getting better. I mean, every year I'm a little better at this. Every year this kind of stuff happens, less frequently. And what was really bizarre is that I get massive. There are things that cause it. Like the last two were deaths. They were obvious as hell. What caused it didn't require a whole lot of looking into, right? Two people that I cared very seriously about overdosed, one intentionally and one by accident. And those things are over the top, right? Yeah, it's a terrifying thing.
Well, I can only hear you and try to understand. And I do want to understand, but sadly I can't. It's not like when I talk to Sterling. I know where he came from. I know what it was like. I can kind of connect with that. I'm very interested in you, Tommy. I just don't feel like you're willing to let me go there. I kind of felt like you started to like me and you pushed me away. But I could be wrong. That's just how I felt. And if I feel like I'm being pushed away, I will never be somebody's if I were single, I'm never going to be that girlfriend that keeps calling and texting. I'll take a hint and get the hell out of here and you'll never hear from me again. So I'm not, as weirdly as it's weird because I'm very needy, but I'll never be needy if I feel like I'm being pushed away.
No, you fire preemptive strikes every 15 minutes to try to run the person off just in case. I mean, let's be really honest. I at one point when I completely panicked, I said, I need 30 minutes. 400 times in the previous 2 weeks, you said something to try to say, yeah, you and I shouldn't be friends, right? I mean, did I get a lot of that?
Yeah, and you did. And that is the truth. And that is also, so how you talk about I can't help some of these things because of my background. It's the same thing with me. And I wish that you would offer me the same grace because I'm trying to work on that. I don't mean it when I say it. I wish you would hear me when I say I love Tommy. I've not felt so close to a person, but you don't seem to hear that. You just listen to the stuff that you.
No, I do hear that. I hear everything. I really do. I'm willing to come on here and do this in public because I care about you. Because this is something that I know if I do this way, we're gonna do it, right? There's a lot less chance of this not happening, right? And it's probably not on my top 5 list of fun things to do, right? But I am absolutely I would very much like us to get along, and I don't understand any reason why we can't. I think the two of us got along better than probably most people. We and the communication, really and honestly, every time it was something very out of the ordinary, right? Like what happened to me on the phone is wildly out of the ordinary. It does not happen very often. And had I had the conversation, but I am afraid of being close. And that's any close. That's being friends with a dude, right? I struggle with closeness because every person I know is dead. And the 3 that aren't testified against me, right? Or stole a ton of money from me and my ID. I have not done well recently, say the last 2 decades. And a lot of it had to do with the kind of people that I was around and the lifestyle, but that's harder to put in perspective because it was just how I lived, right? It was just the first 46 years of my life. It doesn't feel to me like, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't feel crazy because it was just what I did. I know it was crazy, but.
And let me just acknowledge something because I do want to say to you, I realize this isn't about me. I realize that this predates, this is what I mean. I'm trying to understand it as much as I kind of understand it, but I kind of don't. I have all this stuff, all this baggage sitting here that I have too, right? From my recent out of the church. I tend to push people away. I don't mean it. It comes from something way back before you. So we're both doing that to each other. And it's not about you and it's not about me. We just happen to be in each other's way and we're trying to like each other, but we have all this baggage that's kind of in the way. So I really get it. I'm not saying like, Tommy, why did you do that to me? It had nothing to do with me. I know that that could have been anybody. It had nothing to do with me. Okay. I understand that part. So I'm not like offended and upset with you over that phone call. I now understand that that could have been anybody. You were going through in that moment what you were going through due to other circumstances that had nothing to do with me. Okay. But I need you to understand that what you just said, that in the last 3 weeks, you've experienced 200 separate times where I was trying to say, like, we don't need to be friends or I'm not good enough. And, you know, whatever I would say that are weird, illogical things that don't make sense. It's got nothing to do with you. You just happen to be the person there that I care about at the time.
And I believe that. And to be honest, did I deal with those situations poorly, or did I go, hey,
No, I dealt
come
with
on?
them.
You think I dealt with them poorly?
I think in the beginning you took it in stride, but then I think it started to build up and you were like, you don't call me, like you were starting to take it personal.
That was a bummer from Jump Street. And I was fairly, it's odd when someone says, I am never going to text you. That kind of leaves you feeling like, I mean, I understand.
Well, I want to explain that to you because I don't do that. You're the only person I've ever done that to. I call people. I don't have a problem calling anybody. But you came off to me as much better than me, more important than me, a big deal. Let me finish. You come off to me as kind of a big deal. And I felt very honored to even be a little tiny little speck in your life. So I'm not going to be sitting here going, I'm going to text and call Tommy and bother his ass all day. So I simply stood back and said, I'm going to wait for him because he's the one that's on a schedule. I'm not. Okay. So that's what that was about. You took that a little too far. I explained it to you. I was like, I don't call you because I don't want to bother you. I know you have an agenda. I'm not doing stuff. I'll wait for you. That's all. That's all that was about. So
I think I remember saying every time, hey, there's nobody more important. Shoot me a text. Does that sound familiar? I really tried to hammer that home.
It does. Yeah, you're telling the truth, guys. He's right. I tried pushing him away, but it was very subconsciously. Like it was so weird. I was doing that with the words and the actions, but in my mind, I was like, I love Tommy. I'm so glad I found him. I'm so glad he's in my life. I hope he never leaves my life. That's what I'm thinking. But for whatever reason, it's just easier to go, I'm not good enough for this guy. He's much better than me. And he's going to find out what a piece of shit I am. So why don't I just push him away? Because I really have nothing to offer. That's what's happening.
The bank robber. Nothing to offer. That's so funny. It's ridiculous. I don't mean that disrespectfully, but it's ridiculous. And what you have to offer, I tried to communicate some of that. I won't put you on blast, but I think you are incredibly talented. And I think I may have had that conversation.
You have. Yes, you have. I'm not saying that you haven't. I'm just telling you the broken record that goes on in my mind. I'm not
automatic negative thoughts. Automatic negative thoughts.
Whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they're called
work on those.
Circuits. They're called demon circuits in Scientology. Whatever you want to call them, they're all the same thing, right? Under the whatever title you want to use. But it's I'm not good enough and I have nothing to offer this person and I'm going to be a shitty friend because I've not ever had friends. Things like that get in the way. And then you and I didn't have a straight shot to each other anymore. There was too much stuff in the way, clouding and muddying the waters. And I think that's what happened. And I don't take it. You have your own stuff too, just like I do. And I think that our stuff just collided.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. I thought that when we got toward the end of the last time when we were talking, I thought we were making headway. I thought we were communicating pretty well. And it was when you got to the end and we're like, yeah, and I just don't think we're going to be friends. I was like, and that was a bummer. You know what I mean? Like that really kind of left a mark. And I have gotten a bunch of emails. I just saw a comment, and I've gotten a bunch of emails from people that said the term shtick. Let me tell you what I mean by this. We would get ready to go on a show, and I would say, "Hey, what's going on?" And I would say, "How flirty are you? Are you in the mood?" Like we would occasionally have conversations prior to going live where I would say, "I'm not going to be or maybe I will be, or whatever." I didn't mean that the relationship was shtick. I don't have anybody that. First of all, if you knew the number of people I don't do this. I don't. I work with people. I don't have friends, and it's a difficult thing to be friends with somebody that lived the life that I've lived. It is not easy because I'm not normal by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not, and I've structured my life in such a way to I'm not a guy that goes out a lot. After getting free this last time, I have structured my life in such a way because you know what? I can't tell you how many times I've done nothing wrong, but I'm the dude. Like if I'm someplace and a guy smacks a woman, I'm going to kill him. Like I'm going to attack this dude. And it's been that way my whole life. And I've stood around and watched while no one did it. So I will be the dude that's going to get arrested. And it's always been that way. So I don't go out. I don't put myself into positions where things like this can happen. It's why I wasn't in LA. It's why I don't do things like that. It's why watching them is like nails on a chalkboard, right? It's just to me the most uncomfortable thing in the world because that's been my life. That confrontation with cops, when I had those confrontations, they beat the shit out of me, right? I'm not a human. I'm not. I'm a junkie, and I'm a robber, and I got 30 felonies, right? So they grab me, no, they're gonna beat me. That's how it goes down. I've never been arrested that my face did not end up on the hood of a cop car hard enough to usually to break your nose. Like if you know what you're doing, you turn your face to the side, right? And take it on one side because you're not going to break your nose again. But I can't watch this stuff. I am broken beyond repair. And it's an embarrassing thing to have a conversation and tell people just how bad you're broken. But I should have done it. And I don't get incredibly close to people. And it's because they're going to go, oh my God, right? The day is coming, right? Where that's going to happen. And I don't look normal in that process. I don't.
Okay, well, here's
I know
two
I
things
don't.
to tell you. Everybody's a little bit broken there, Tommy. I don't like the word broken. I don't think you're broken, by the way. But the other thing is, you don't get incredibly close to people. It's too late. We did. Well, we
Yeah,
did.
no, I agree. And I didn't, and I wasn't trying not to get incredibly close with you. It's just not something that I do. And it's, and I certainly don't have female friends, which changes the dynamic. I prefer female friends. The reason I don't have female friends is because of what I do for a living, right? If I have a female friend, somebody will make a video about her, right? This has happened so many times in the past where they call her a slut or they call her whatever because, right, she's a friend of mine. And
Yeah,
I don't
but
know, that's a hard
there's
thing to
nothing to
take.
do about that. And I don't care
Uh,
about that. I don't care about that.
no, no. Well, it's different because you're a content creator. You're going to take that crap anyway. But if I go out into the real world and I meet someone that's not, that's a horrendous thing to do to a human being, right? For real. Don't date someone that's a content creator because the people that hate them are going to get at them through you, right? So I don't have a lot of friends who are female because they're going to call the people names that are going to make me want to go to these people's houses. I'm not. I guess broken is not the right word. I'm very different. And the life that I lived, I don't know I don't know how you deprogram from that. Like I'm really trying. I spend the vast majority of my time trying to help people, right? But if helping somebody means I'm going to hit someone that just did something, really horrific, I'm always going to be that dude. I wish I wasn't. Maybe I'll get old enough where someday I won't be able to. But
Why don't we ever spend any time trying to help ourselves?
oh my God, I do. Oh my God, I do. I get up at 3:00 in the morning and I don't do anything until 5, but help myself. Right. The first 2 hours I just do yoga. I spend a lot of time every day working on me. I really do. And if those things break down, then I'm in trouble too.
Okay, well then that's good to hear. I don't get up at 3 o'clock, and I just get up at 3 o'clock to pee. I don't get up to do anything else. But
But I go
I
to bed really early too.
sometimes
Right. Unless Reese's.
keeping him up. I just have to say, that I feel a little sad about this because I just think like I've said this all along. It's not a lack of love, guys. I just wish that we could see each other probably. I wish you could see the way I see you. I don't see you the way you see yourself or talk about yourself at all. I don't feel that way about you at all. I do own up to the fact that yes, I didn't call, I didn't really text, but I explained to you just now why that was. So you don't have to feel rejected. You should actually feel lifted up because you're such a big deal in my mind that you don't have time for me. That's why I don't call. Okay. It's not because I'm not thinking about you. And also, I want you to know that I simply am pushing you away because I'm afraid. I think it's a matter of let me sabotage this because I don't want to be rejected. And I really care about this person. I put him high up above me and I don't want him to see something in me and go, I don't want to be your friend. So instead, when I care about someone that much, it's just some weird mechanism, Tommy. It's just a weird mechanism and I'm trying to break it out of my mind. And I go to therapy every week. So I guess I help myself in some ways. I do that. But you're going to have to make a decision because we're doing a lot of hopscotch here. We're doing a lot of this back and forth shit. And we either need to jump in with both feet or we need to not because I get a little sad. You know, you and I have been real rocky the last few weeks and it's a little bit we talk for a minute and then we don't and that kind of makes it even harder on me. It makes me sad because I'm
Yeah.
like, is he in or is he out? And I can't read your ass to save my life. You know, you send me a text and I'm like, I don't even know if that was meant for me. I don't know what he's talking about. I can't read it. So
It's I'm here because I don't I was not happy with not having you in my life. I really, really liked our friendship. We laughed a lot and we had a crap load of fun, and everybody kind of seemed to groove to it until they didn't. And when they didn't, right? When they didn't, they send videos with timestamps, or they send emails that say he called you a narcissist, right? With a timestamp. I don't go back and look at this shit. And honestly, I blocked you. So if you're in here and you're the one that sent it, I blocked you, right? I don't deal with that. And I've told people on the boat 1,000 times, you see someone that says something about me, I don't want to hear about it, right? You see someone that says something about my friend, I don't want to hear about it because I'm the guy that will lose his mind. Don't send it to me. I don't go to their sites. I don't do any of that crap, right? That's serious. But sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I need to ask you something.
Yeah.
You're pretty hardcore, Tommy Scoville. You're pretty hardcore. You know, you did time. You're a tough guy. You're no question there.
Uh-huh.
I somebody gives me the wrong look and I cower and cry. But one thing that I don't let bother me anymore, why do you let it bother you so much when random people send you emails or leave comments? Why the guy in here who said you're not sober? I mean, sure, it was a dick move, no question. But they don't know you. Why are you
Do you
letting
know why? Do
ever
you know why
saw
that's important to me? This is why this is important to me. And I'm sorry. Finish. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry. What was the end of that?
why are you letting people who never saw you in the first place draw up who you are? Why do you care?
Okay, it's a great question. It really is. And here's the reason why. Because what I do for a living, right? What my life is dedicated to is dealing with assholes like him and what he has done to the entire society of people who do the same thing, right? That dude had a beer, he's not sober. That girl did this, she's not sober. And that kind of stuff has a massive effect. The reason that people don't come forward and say, I need help, is because of jackasses like that dude. And I do pretty well. Like the you know who's of the world, because I'm not mentioning this dude and getting them 28,000 views. I'll let somebody else do that, right? But you know who I'm talking about. The guys that like picking on her, like picking on me, like picking on anybody from this community, right? I don't care what those people say.
Are you
I
talking
don't.
about the guy that you texted me about earlier at midnight last night?
Yeah. Not a fan. Anyway, but the frustrating thing is when somebody says, hey, go to this timestamp, she's talking about you. You know what? You just go, oh man, that, you know, and I'm a convict and I'm hardcore. I am, and I cry more than you do. And if you go look at my videos, I promise I got more videos crying than you do. Guaranteed. It will scare the hell out of you. because I'm a very emotional person. And it has a lot to do with the fact that as you get older, this is a guy thing. But I turned off my emotions for 3 decades. I felt nothing. That's what heroin does. I felt nothing for 3 decades. And when I got sober, I had to do all of it at once. And I'm an emotional cripple. I'm an emotional cripple. The emails that people send me thanking me, right? I dedicate an hour a day because I'm going to cry and I have to give time afterwards for my eyes to heal. I'm not even kidding, right? I don't do well with that. And if I get really attached to somebody, some of what I do is a defense mechanism too, because I'll be really honest. What happened, the people that get close will ditch me. The first time they watch that show, right? The first time they see that, they're not going to talk to me again. Or it's going to be something else where we'll be in a room at a party or whatever, and I'll go, I got to get out of this room. Oh, hold on, I'm right in the middle. You don't understand. I'm leaving this room. 2 or 3 of those, and people start going, Tommy's a fucking weirdo. I'm not going anywhere near this dude, right? And that happens with everybody that gets close to me. So I just don't have people that are close to me. And if I do, I have them close to me online. And when that starts to get closer, I've been very honest with you. I say, you know what? If I got to go do a show or I got to do things that I do, I can do it for 3 hours, right? I'm a stud for 3 hours. At hour 4, I'm in danger. I'm in danger.
Right. I knew that about you. You told me that.
I can't do it, right? I just don't do well. And so the term broken isn't good. And I know it's not a nice word. I've done damage that they've basically thrown their hands up and said, you know what? Dialectic behavioral training, right? You could do some stuff where you just say, this is going on and I'm going to do this anyway, right? As an example, right? I'm dying, but I'm going to go clean the kitty litter or whatever the trauma is in your life. And that's kind of what I'm left with. Normal relationships are not really an option. And I've got some people who care about me and put up with a great deal of this. They tend to be dudes, right? Because a dude will go, F you, get really angry, and then come back 2 weeks later and pretend it didn't happen. And that's usually how guys do it, right? So I got a couple of guy friends that can put up with this stuff. The other thing is, I'm pretty famous for telling friends if I think they're screwing up. As it turns out, nobody likes that anymore, right? Apparently, while I was in prison, that really became out of fashion. So my friends don't last long. Because when I watch people do really stupid things, I feel the need to mention it, which is maybe not such a good thing.
I get that. I don't have a problem with that. And I do want to say, guys, yes, I definitely get worked up over comments. No question. It is case by case and it depends on the comment. Now, if somebody is going to take the time, and they have, to send me a really nasty email about why I'm a terrible person, it doesn't, I mean, I get it out on here. I talk about it, but I actually forget all about it after that. I'm not going to let somebody who doesn't know me and never knew me in the first place sum me up, right? So I get it. It's case by case for me. It's case by case. But Tommy, I heard you, and I appreciate you coming on and telling me these things, to be honest. Where would you like to go from here? Because we have a lot of healing and growing to do separately, whether we are friends or not. We've got a lot of trauma and baggage that we need to work on, whether or not we're in each other's lives.
No question.
And I trust that we're going to work on those things. We're big kids, and I'm proud of both of us, and we've made strides. And I love that both of our channels are very different, but also very similar in the connection part and the healing part. We bring that a lot to the table, and we both mean it.
That's probably why the audiences are the way they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I would like. When we end this, I don't want you to say, I don't think we can be friends. Like, let's not end it with that. Because, maybe we can't, but let's give it hell and find out we can't. Right? Let's not do the preemptive, we both suck at this, let's not try to be friends. Because I think we were actually fairly good for one another, right? Neither of us were being weird, but we seemed to be there for one another. And that was pretty cool until, it really is just a breakdown in communication. And all day long, I look at people, marriages of people that are ready to just cash it in. And if you are on the boat, you saw a couple of comments from someone just the other day that said, oh, if you listen to what I said, I took your advice, right? We're trying to work it out. And it's just, often the people don't get that, right? They don't do that last shot and they just walk away from each other. And we're not married, but we're certainly in a community that kind of has a mission, and I really enjoyed being your friend. And I don't want to just be like, there's a bunch of people in the SBTV community that I can do a photo op with and probably even put my arm around, but we're not friends, right? And it didn't feel like that. You and I seem to do a lot better, right, than that until we didn't. So I don't want that like thrown out. I don't want maybe just pretend if that's what you think is going to happen, just pretend that that's not what you think is going to happen until maybe we give it hell.
I'm the one who comes out and pours all my love out for you, and it's over the top, and it's a lot. So I'm very honest about how I feel about you. I will honor your request, and I will not say that again to you. I would like to be your friend. I would like to move forward with being your friend, but we have to be able to also do it in real life, right? Like put the work in. I don't want to just I don't do stuff on my channel with people unless I want to do it with them. I just don't. I can't fake this. I can't put on a smile and small talk it. And I mean, I really, really enjoy your company. You know this. It's no secret. To the point where I'm overly flirty. But I like that too. I like to dial up the flirt.
I'm sure that you can think of the 15 other people I'm doing collabs with on my channel, right?
Not really, but I don't watch your channel much.
Because I don't do this. Because I don't do this. I will go on other channels and I will go on there and be a convict. I will go on there and tell them how the prison system works or whatever. That's what I do. That's the business model that builds the boat. I go over there, a bunch of people see me, a bunch of people come over, and the ones that actually need help usually stick around, and the others, they come by if the title has something to do with prison or whatever, and because that kind of fascinates some people. But no, I don't do this. I don't do it. And primarily because like the really preemptive strike, right? Because all of the people eventually go, yeah, he's a great guy. He's funny as shit. But the things that make me unusual make me really unusual. And maybe they get better. I don't know.
But I don't see those things. You try to give me all the bullet points of this, and this. I don't see that. I just saw your heart from the very beginning. I didn't think,
but you did see it on that phone call, right? That was the first time you saw it.
I did, but even then, I was just I felt confusion. I felt rejection and confusion. I wasn't like hateful. I wasn't.
No, the rejection is the worst. You know what I mean? Like that literally tore my heart out. And I kind of I fancy myself a communicator, and I could not, no matter what I was doing, try to make it understood that. And it sounds just like such a shitty cliche anyway, but no, this has got zero to do with you, right? This is my heroin addiction. This has got nothing to do with you. And in 30 minutes, I promise I will be right as rain. I can't be on a phone. I can't talk. I can't do anything. I got to get away from the entire world. One of the things that I do literally like is scream therapy, right? That's one of the things. Like I will go somewhere that people can't hear me and scream at the top of my lungs, which is, a fairly terrifying thing. If you end up becoming a friend of mine, you don't want to be around for one of those. I just don't come off as the guy that you think, I'd like to have at my dinner party, So I spend a lot of time inside. It's a much nicer cell. It's got a pool and all kinds of other things. Wow. Kate's got game. She gets it.
That's the cutest thing I've ever read in my life, Kate.
That was a pretty good one.
That was cute.
A pretty good one.
Adorable. Okay. Well, Tommy, I really understand, I think, more now than I have so far, what that means. And it also helps me for you to tell me that that's happened like 4 times. It's not a weekly thing for you.
No. And I'm giving you that as an estimate. If I went back through my journals, it may be less than that.
It doesn't matter. I just want to move forward with you knowing how to handle that so that I can go, okay, like I told you before, I'm trainable. You can educate me.
I'll learn. What's awful? This is what's awful, right? When I got sober, and I sat down, and if you've ever seen how I did this, like if you ever heard it on my channel, but like I designed a completely different person. The person that I was such a reprehensible person that I literally sat down with pen and paper and designed who I wanted to be. And the first thing that I wrote down on there was I was never going to lie to somebody I cared about ever again as long as I lived. So honestly, the first thing I was going to do was hang up on you. And then I was going to say, because this is a heroin addict, and heroin addicts lie. I was just going to hang up on you. And then I was going to go do my shit and say, my battery died. Right. But if I start going down that road, right? Again, these are stupid things that probably make no sense to anybody. But I tell that first one, right? I tell that first one. I've watched this show so many times in my life. I've watched this, right? Every way you can F up, I've done it. You know, over 30 years, you try every day to quit. It's not a drug you're really happy about doing, right? Every day you try to figure out a way to quit. And 30 years of that, it wears you down. So when I finally got it, right? Yeah, I was about to say something I probably would have regretted. There's nothing I wouldn't do to protect this. I put it above everything. And I know that people get offended when I say that too. I put it above family. I put it above God, because if this gets out of whack, God and family are gone. First two things like that. Right?
Sure.
The dope comes back. Nobody's my friend. I'll steal from every one of you. I will. That's just how it is.
I understand. And you know yourself the best, Tommy. I can trust that. I trust you. You know yourself well. Somebody keeps saying that we should have a safe word.
That's
I'm
just funny as hell.
not against it.
Right? Hold on.
I've never had a safe word in a relationship.
Have you ever needed a safe word in a relationship?
Have you? I've never had one.
No. Okay.
Have you?
No, I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't
These
either.
are actually they're just souvenirs. I don't use these. This was sent to me by a prison guard.
Sure you don't. But that's fine. That's for
Ones
another
they have fur on them. Completely different. Right.
to match the fur coat.
No, you know the have you ever tried to put one of those fitted sheets on? They're almost impossible to put on. Well, they got these things that just sort of go on the four corners that do the same thing. It's fantastic. I read about them. I've never actually seen them or used them, but it was in one of those books. It was like 20 Shades of something. I don't remember. It was don't read a lot of those books, but occasionally when there was
I read all
nothing.
three. I read all three. Really into that.
Yeah.
What would you like your safe word to be?
Hold on, let me think about this. Cooter?
Okay, I was thinking Uranus.
Really? I think we're probably better with Cooter, right? The Uranus. That's your safe word. Okay. All right. All right.
You want it to be cooter? I don't know, because I use that word so often. That's probably
Okay, then that's not going to work. That's not going to work.
that comes up in a daily talk at the
Right. So it has to be something that doesn't come up often.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't ever use the word Uranus. I can't think of the last time I used it, except when John Shostowski sent me Uranus fudge.
I'm sorry. He sent you Uranus fudge?
It's a fudge place in Missouri.
Uh-huh.
And it's called Uranus fudge, and it is absolutely amazing. And that they were like frozen over yesterday. They were having issues with orders, and they posted something that said, "Sorry, we're having issues getting the fudge packed." And it said like Uranus is frozen. Like, it was crazy. It was hilarious. Anyway,
That is. Do you know that the scientists actually now say Uranus? Right. This is the funniest thing in the world to me, because you know why that was changed, right? That was changed because even the smartest people in the world cracked a butt joke every time some scientist said it. You know what I mean? They'd say something, they'd be like, Uranus, no, minus. They'd be like, no, we got to change that. Why would they change it? My whole life it was Uranus. Then they went to Uranus. It's because everybody has to get to crack a joke on that. It's just what it
Uranus
is.
sounds weird. Now it just sounds like the word urine. Uranus.
Right. It's disgusting, right? It sounds like something, I don't know. I shouldn't say it because it'll offend somebody. Got a lot of Germans on my channel, but it just sounds like something you might have found on a German fetish site.
Oh yeah, and you wouldn't know anything about that, I'm sure.
Nothing. Biscuits, not bad. Biscuits is not bad.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I like to snack on things. I don't know that biscuits isn't going to be a word that I'm not going to use.
Okay.
Penelope?
Sure. Yeah, we could do that. Uh,
I don't, because again,
kumquat, nice. That's you.
lot.
No, kumquat. No, I don't think we're going with that.
Um,
Fufu.
yeah, but that's again, that could come up in just a regular chitty chat.
If it does, we're in real trouble. Let's keep that real.
Oh, really? I
I'm
don't know.
kidding. Avocado. How do you feel about avocados?
I love avocados. I just bought some at Costco. So
You
I'll
know
let you,
what? Lisa's so smart.
what'd you say?
Just say I'm using the safe word.
That is kind of smart, actually, Lisa.
That's actually genius,
Why didn't anybody else? Why wouldn't you just use the word safe word?
right?
That's not a bad idea either to just say safe. You could use pumpernickel because I hate pumpernickel. So
Really?
yeah, that could work too. But um, we could just say safe word.
Do you like bok choy?
You know, I don't eat a lot of meat. So
Sushi?
again, I don't eat.
See, then there you go. Sushi's perfect. It's a great safe word. It's got a nice, right? And if anybody happens to be sitting at a table nearby, they'll just think you're thinking of food or anything else, right?
The relate about.
And it starts.
Sushi's not bad, but do you eat sushi?
Oh, yeah, but we won't be eating it together because you don't like sushi. You don't do meat, so we'd be safe. Chances are we wouldn't be eating it together.
I mean, I don't
Right?
know. Jeff eats sushi all the time, and I go sit with him and I order an ice water. So
And ice water.
yeah, he wants to go get oysters or sushi, and I have to go sit there and get a lemon water because there's nothing for me to eat. So
Gotcha.
if I have a friend that wants sushi, I will go sit with them because they want sushi. So I don't know. This is tough. It's tough, isn't it?
No, I think we'll figure this out. I think we're smarter than the average bear. Right? We're gonna get this.
The average polar bear.
Yes, the average polar bear. Do you know what my brother does whenever I'm screwing up? You'll hear it on any of the live feeds if my brother is nearby. If I start going into something that he thinks I'm going to get in trouble, he just starts yelling the names of cities from around the U.S. and they're always like small cities that you haven't heard from, or heard of. So I'll be right in the middle of a story and you'll hear Pomfret, Brooklyn, just be screaming in the background. I'll look at him and be like, "Is there a reason you think I shouldn't do this story?" But he just screams the name of any city.
I don't want to copy your brother because he already has his own thing. But I just thought of one in that movie. You probably haven't seen it because you don't watch movies. Meet the Parents with okay, the husband and wife. The husband is oh my god, guys, I'm having problems as I start to enter the year of 40. I can't remember anything all of a sudden.
I think I have that effect on you, and it's got nothing to do with your age.
Probably you. It's probably you. Gwyneth Paltrow's mom and who's the husband? I have a crush on him and I shouldn't. I don't want to like him. He's my favorite guy. He's the dude from Goodfellas. De Niro, thank you. What are you laughing at?
The safe word, Aaron got arrested again.
That's too long. If we're in the middle of a panicky meltdown, we can't say that. Yes, that's what I was thinking, Sabine. In the husband and wife, when De Niro starts to get out of control, his wife calms him down and she goes, "Muskrat, Jack, muskrat." And she keeps saying it. So weird. And he's like, "Oh, stop it, Dina. I'm fine." And she's like, "Muskrat, Jack." And like that gets him to shut up.
Nice.
Never found that to work on a man. But we could use muskrat because no one's going to use that word any other time, Tommy. We're never going to have that word in our conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. That could work. Muskrat. Yeah. What are the odds? What are the odds that I'm going to use muskrat in a sentence by accident?
You're not. Me? Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's not much chance of muskrat being used in a sentence.
That's why we couldn't say cooter or any of those things because there's a big chance. There's a big chance. Susan Albright, if you don't want to be here, girl, why don't you just hop on out of the conversation before I give you the boot? So why don't you leave on your own if that's how you feel? Tommy, I have such a nice chat. When we were in your group a couple weeks ago, I did feel a little bit, Susan, I got you, girl. You said it more than once. I feel good about it. Let's get it out of our system. We're done. I don't allow people to be mean. And I don't feel that they are in my group. because this is a place of love and light and peace. So, Susan, that's everybody but you, okay? Everybody but you. So, move on with your life. Tommy, I couldn't be happier that you came on. How do you feel?
I'm far happier than I was when we ended the last time. You can go back and watch that, and you will. I've actually looked at it too. It'll let the air out of me. You can go back and watch right when you said that, and it let the air out of me. I was bummed out. I thought like we got to the end, and I thought, yeah, we're gonna work on this. You're like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be friends. I was like, bummer. Relatable Reese and the Muskrat Mafia. Can I trim that down? Right? Can I trim that down?
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, Tommy, I'm going to honor that. I won't ever say that to you again.
I appreciate you.
Okay. So
Now I'm going to go get ready to do a lifeboat, but I do really appreciate you sending me a link on this.
maybe you could send me a link sometime.
I'm sorry, what? Go check your emails and watch how often Tommy sends you a link. Oh,
that was weeks ago. You don't do it anymore.
That was weeks ago. That was 3 days ago, 2 days ago. Look when the last one was sent.
That was
Come
around
on now.
Thanksgiving.
Weeks ago, she says.
Thanksgiving.
Weeks ago.
It was around
Thanksgiving. It was 2 days ago.
Probably, but neither here nor there.
It really was, but that's okay.
Take care and send me a link sometime.
I shall do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me come on. I know that.
No, I didn't let you. I enjoy having you, and I hope that you just, have the best of times, and that we never have to use the word muskrat. Let's end it on that.
I think that we should be pretty safe with that. I don't think I'll have to bust out muskrat. But if I say some stupid, ridiculous animal, it's because I can't remember muskrat and just honor that. You know what I mean? Like,
so if you start,
if I do a bat or like three-toed sloth, if I just start spitting out stupid animals, you should be like, oh, he's thinking muskrat.
So if your eyes are popping out of your head and you're screaming beaver, that's not
maybe not that animal. There's a couple of animals you should take off that list.
Okay, because I was going to be confused if you started yelling beaver, and I was like, okay, because I was going to take it differently. So we won't use.
I think you're safe. I think that one probably, if I'm yelling that one, will assume I mean something else, right?
Okay.
Or bunny. If the word bunny gets in there, maybe just
don't say.
You know what? I'm just gonna learn the word muskrat. Don't worry, I'm gonna practice it.
Don't use bunny. Like that's too loving of a word.
Bunny.
If you call me bunny, if you shout bunny, I'm going to assume it's out of love. And if you mean it because you're about to run out of the house screaming, that's going to make me sad. Like even just you saying the word bunny, I just melted into a puddle.
I never say it without a foo-foo on the end of it though.
But I like it just without the foo-foo.
I don't think I could do that. It's just never been my thing. I'll practice. Just
say it again.
Bunny.
Yeah. Please don't ever use that as our safe word. That'll really break my heart. Okay. All right.
And I'll never drop my voice an octave. I'll always go high, right? If we're talking about this, I'll go high. I won't do the lower voice thing because you don't seem to concentrate very well when I drop my voice an octave. You don't seem to concentrate very well. Jazzy girl says bunny foo-foo. She thought it was a great word as well.
Well, I like bunny foo-foo, but I also just like bunny without the foo-foo. So
I'll polish that up. How's that? I will get that ready to roll.
You know what? This was a good talk, and don't be a stranger.
I think it was. I promise I shall not. I'm going to head on over to and check. I might be sending you links. Thank you, everybody, for being kind to me. I appreciate you. All right,
we love you.
Guys around. You know what? I appreciate it. I really do. Why won't that go off?
Okay. Well. What do we think of that? Brian, are you still in here? Let's get him out of here. Brian, how many of you were being mean to me there? I feel like there were a few comments in my own damn house where people were like, Reese, rah, rah, rah. Most of you were really nice. Sweet Jesus. We're on our own home, people. It's okay. I'm going to do some super chats. Brian, where are you? Okay, Brian's still here. Hockey guy, thank God you're here. Brian, you're going to come in a minute because we're just going to keep this rolling. Thank you, Kentucky Blue Girl. What are our thoughts? Let's assess. We're Cancer signs, so we have to. Marilyn Honig and I, this ring is getting stuck in my hair. Marilyn Honig and I are doing something tomorrow morning at 11 my time, and I couldn't be more excited. I love her so much. So everybody tune in. Raymond, what the hell are you doing in here? Raymond, I have really missed you, my friend, and I love you for being here. Relationships are hard. You both handle it well, and obviously we're navigating how not to hurt each other more. Yes. Chow Yun Smut, I did see your comment. You're a little angel. Still no wrinkles. Tampa B Man, where were you? You'll need to read this chat. It is glorious. Okay. Yeah, no, I think it was a bunch of nice comments. I just saw a couple dicky ones and I was like, get out of here. Like, what are you doing here? Did you see that one lady just recently that was like, Reese, what'd she say? She was like, leave Tommy alone. Like, Tommy's a big boy. He's 14 years older than me. I'm pretty sure he's not going to let anybody wrangle him around. Get the ever living out of here. I just don't have the time, you know? My period went away and now it's back again. I thought it was done. I went to check and it came right on back, and I just don't have that kind of time. And Ken Cole, by the way, he was not talking about you. Somebody said he was referring to you. He was not, I promise. That's why I said, Marilyn, I'm going to text you about that. That's why somebody said it was Ken Cole. And then when I said to Tommy, is this the person you're referring to? Tommy texted me at like 12:47 in the morning last night. I was out to the world. And he was talking about somebody else. And it was not you, Ken Cole. Creekside Acre, the period encore, it totally disappeared. My period left. I was done. And then I peed earlier and I was like, what is this? What is this second coming of Shark Week about? So anyway, I really love you guys. Is this, I always wonder, do you go by, is this a guy? Are you Gino? Like my dad's name is Gene and his friends call him Gino. Are you Gene O or is this Jen O? I think it's a dude. Fried sweet potato rolls. What, Raymond? While watching, I thought to myself, you both feel like you're undeserving of friendship and closeness, each for different reasons. Yeah. I think what it is, Tommy, again, thank you, Lavender Bridges. I go on and on about how much I love Tommy. He doesn't, there's a lot of crickets there, but he says how much he loves me in other ways. You understand? Like I feel like he talks about how much he loves me, but it's in a deeper sense. I just say it. I'm like, I love you. I love the ever living shit out of you. He goes into like rabbit holes of that. I don't know. What? Shelley was found according to Aaron? I have no idea, guys. I really don't report on the Scientology news. I can't keep up with it, nor do I want to. I have so many problems going on in my own life. Hold on. That's bizarre. Somebody in the chat is calling Jeff's office, telling Jeff's office manager just reached out to me and said, somebody is calling this office, trying to contact you through Jeff's office. How do you want me to proceed? I don't know. That kind of freaks me out a little bit. Why can't you just email me like a normal person? That's scary. Susan, I didn't think you were mean at all. I wasn't yelling at you, babe. Raymond, that's terrifying. Yeah, I don't know. That freaks me out. Not cool. Yeah, I don't know. Why would you be calling Jeff's? That's felony stalking. Now you're going to pull Aaron into this half? Too soon? Was it too soon? It's less than a week old. It's too soon. Yeah, why would you call Jeff's office? People are a little bit extra lately. I don't know. He might cry if he says, I love you. That's really sad. But I do love it when a man cries, to be honest. Jeff broke down on here the other day crying, and it's so sad, but so sweet, and all women love it. That's true, Jeanette. You guys got so close so fast to Tommy. He didn't have time to throw out the warning message. Thank you, Cynthia. I'm so glad to see you and Tommy working out. You guys are great contact creators, and I would love to see you two continue to be great friends. Tommy thinks you are wonderful, or Tommy, I think you are wonderful. I don't know. How do people get private numbers? Jeff said his office number in the chat the other night because Ken Cole wanted it. I suddenly feel like I have to poop. Yeah, Marilyn, that was so sweet when Jeff cried. Jeff is very emotional for a what is his sign again? I'm really blank today. I got plenty of sleep last night, but I feel very checked out. I'm very sluggish. What is Jeff? Oh, he's a Taurus. That's right. He's a Taurus. Um, yeah, Jeff gave his phone number on the live. Yeah, it was his work number though. I don't know. That was weird. He said a lot about his business, Robin, but that was because people were asking. Oh, yeah, Cynthia. I knew what you meant. So, okay, let me do these. I got a few super chats I'm going to do real quick, guys, and then I'm going to have Brian. Brian, go ahead and come in. But Brian, I do have to poop, so I don't want to. Is that okay if we just chat for a little bit? I think I have to poop. I can't tell. Look at that. My God, Brian's fast. Guys, Brian Lucas. What's wrong? What are you doing?
I had to mute YouTube.
Oh, okay. You scared me.
Yeah, didn't want the echo.
Oh, I've had that problem before. Brian, how are you, brother?
Well, it's been an entertaining evening. What can I say?
Brian, do I not entertain you every evening? Don't lie.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I've actually become accustomed to things that I, as a dude, would probably not normally be accustomed to. You know what I mean?
But you're accustomed to it now, aren't you?
Yeah.
by force, but nonetheless, he's been accustomed to it. Brian, a couple people were getting your book. I was showing your book. Guys, this is Brian's book. He is a published author. It's a big deal.
I actually have two. You can get both of them on Amazon. I guess I'll do a shameless plug. This one here is called Memories Carved in So Much Dust. This has nothing to do with Scientology. This is just stuff I've written, a couple old things that I found copies of or remembered, and then stuff I'd written over the last couple years and stuff. So, and I did this one because I was waiting on a few things for this one as a dress rehearsal to calm the ants in my pants because I can be an impatient person.
Yeah, I can too.
Yeah. So I'm independently published. Plus I've gotten a few things published over the last year. Well, in 2023, which was the first time I had stuff published in almost 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Brian, I just want to say that I love you and I've missed you. Guys, Brian is one of our biggest friends in the chat. Seriously. Oh, Katie wants you to read something. If he read some poems last time and it really took my breath away.
Yeah, and remember I told you I was going to go to do that poetry reading?
Yes.
I actually did. I got a chance to. I have that was again 30 years. First time in about 30 years that I read in front of people, and I read Enola. And what they do during readings is if they like what they hear, they do this. I got a lot of that, which was, it was nerve-wracking because, public speaking, even doing this can be, anxiety inducing and all that other stuff. So it was really, really good to to get the validation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And
everybody's saying that you should read something while I go poop. Should we do that?
Okay.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
No.
Well, I mean, I can hear it too, but I do have to poop, and it would be better if I just went and pooped real quick. Do you care?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you run the show, Brian? Can I trust you to run the show?
Sure.
I want to ensure you I'm a fast pooper, so you're welcome to time me. We're looking at probably about 130 seconds at the very most.
Okay, you go do it.
Can you run it? Can you run things? Can you
Yeah,
go
I'm
down?
good.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute it. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
All right, Dougie. Hey, okay, so put me on the spot here. Okay, I'll read one called Peddlers and Prognosticators in Jackson Square. Okay, the story behind this one is it was 2000. I was it was during Mardi Gras time. I went down to New Orleans. I love New Orleans. And I ended up writing about it. So here goes. It's called Peddlers and Prognosticators in Jackson Square, which is available in this. It goes, the wind blew off the Delta, cold and sweet with the smell of New Orleans. The freaks danced through Jackson Square while peddlers hawked their wares. Seers sold their fortunes and street musicians played their hearts out. A note for a dime, a song for $1. A bag lady sat on the steps to Jackson Square Park. The black wrought iron gates locked for the evening, and St. Paul's Cathedral was closed to visitors. There was no sanctuary there. My first taste of New Orleans, but not my last. The French Quarter in all its drunken majesty was opening up as night fell, revelers scrambling for colorful plastic beads, leaves, lovers walking hand in hand, drunks nursed cups of beer. It was everything I'd expected and much, much more. New Orleans, New Orleans, city of mystery and magic, city of corruption, city of culture and life. I fell in love with just one look. One drink of the water, one breath of the air, so tragic in your beauty, the dirt and grime, painting a portrait, adding color and life. The laughing of the crowd, songs, street musicians, the calls, the police sirens, all a symphony to a country boy's ears. I sat there on the mesh metal bench, looking around, drinking all this in, wondering, dreaming, seduced by all this. I knew I had to leave soon, had to go back to my mundane life, had to continue my journey, but I knew I'd return, come back to revisit the magic, to relive this tragic beauty that lives on the Mississippi Delta. Okay. And wow.
Sorry, I had to text while I was pooping, so it did actually take longer than I thought. But thank you for allowing me to go do that because I really needed to.
Well,
I was listening while I was pooping though, because the bathroom's just right there. So thank you.
Yeah, well, I picked the perfect poem.
Brian, I just really love you, man. I think you're such a good friend. And
I love you too, Reese. You know, I got your back.
you do, right, Brian? You rarely miss a live. Do you ever notice that? Like, there's been a few times where you've said, like, I'm gonna have to catch the replay. What, maybe twice? Yeah. Never.
Yeah, well, therapy appointments are important. Like, I had a therapy appointment today.
I did love Maddie. Thank you for asking. My hands are still wet. Go on.
Yeah, but yeah, I had therapy appointments or whatever. Sometimes, like, I've missed a couple because of sleep. My sleep patterns really suck. I have some gastro issues that impact that. Like, I'll catch a couple hours sleep here, be up for a while, a couple hours sleep there. I have an appointment next month with my PCM, so I'll talk to her about that. But so yeah, sometimes I miss them. But yeah, like I told you one time, you become a favorite. I don't know why, you know. I'll catch other creators on, you know, people I watch on replay or do whatever. But yeah, it's kind of like, having a little sister, having my little sister
Yeah,
around.
that's
Yeah,
so
because
nice.
my little sister's your age. She'll be 41 next month.
How
And
cute.
yeah.
I you know, I feel that way about you. There are certain people now. We've been doing this channel
Mhm.
long enough, Brian, that there's certain
Mhm.
people that I actually feel safety and security when I see them in the chat. And
Mhm.
you're one of them. Like when I know you're there, I kind of I breathe easier. Like I'm not
Mhm.
nervous anymore doing this, but it's just kind of
No,
like
yeah,
I know you're my backup. Like I know that you're there. I know that Tampa B
Mhm.
man. Yeah, like there's just certain people. Actually,
Mhm.
there's quite a few. Like there's probably at
Mhm.
least 50 to 100 that I see now on a regular basis where I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad that person's here. But you've
Mhm.
been with me since the beginning.
Yeah, your story was heart wrenching. It was just like when I was there the night that Aaron accidentally doxed you, and it was just like what? When I remember one of the dudes going, "Yeah, you doxed your source, dude," putting it in the chat, and then when you came on, it was just like very interesting. Your story's interesting. It's heartbreaking, and there's a melancholy rolled in there, but there's hope too. Because you're a survivor. We're all survivors. We've all had. I've had my trauma. What's a trauma bonding community? I don't know if I like that word too much, but that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
I saw a lot of chaos when I was a kid, and had a 10-year disastrous marriage. Was basically a cult of one.
Yeah.
And so it's a way to help me heal my own soul over the last
Oh
year and a
yeah.
half.
Don't
Yeah.
don't you agree, Brian, that this is like a healing
Mhm.
channel? So many
Yeah.
people say what you just said. Like you
Yeah.
you have your own stuff that you relate to this channel.
Hmm.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, we all, yeah, we do, you know, and
I,
it's kind of encouraging me to be more, one of the things I've been contemplating doing, is one of the things I've always wanted to do is write about my life. I was actually talking with my sister about this last night, and I'm thinking about doing a video autobiography, you know, and it's like I'll talk about the embarrassing stuff, talk about just various and sundry things, and try to put something together to maybe write off of that. I don't know. It's something an idea that I've been cooking up in the back of my head, but I need to do more videos for my stuff, and I have plenty of time right now. But the last couple of months has been hard on the community and me personally. Like I don't care for the holidays too much. The like tonight, earlier you were talking about just that being low energy.
yes.
It's just freaking rain.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like it's raining right now. It's been raining. This is really drizzly, and you're 4.5 hours away from me.
Yeah.
You're just as a crow flies. You're relatively right up the road, so we get a lot of the same weather patterns, and so I assume that's what it's been doing there too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, do you guys get snow?
yeah, this last snow thing we actually got about 1.5 inches
Okay. Okay.
this past week or so, when that big Arctic blast came through.
Yeah.
Where I live is right on the tail end, right on the boundary of right through central Arkansas. I live like an hour, 45 minutes above Little Rock. So in Little Rock's right smack dab in the middle of the state. So that strip right there is where a lot of the boundary for the weather goes. And I don't like cold weather.
I don't either.
I was born in the spring. I like spring weather.
Oh yeah,
If
me too.
I could live
Spring,
somewhere,
summer.
if I could live somewhere where it's spring all year round, I'd love it. But anywho,
Brian, I can't remember. Are you from there?
not originally. I was born in West Virginia.
Weird. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. I was born in West Virginia, and when I was a little over a year old, my dad's uncle was a pastor here in Enola. And my dad had several kids, me included, and some foster children, needed a job. And he said he could get him a job out here. So we packed up and moved out here. And
How
then
old were you?
year and a half, a little over a year old.
Oh, so you've been there your whole life.
Yes. I'm an Archie by transplant.
Yeah.
You know, I call myself hillbilly stock, redneck raised.
Brian. Yeah, but you're basically from Arkansas. I mean, you've been there forever. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I moved out. I moved to North Carolina when I was when I was a kid. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade. My mom had married my sister's father, and he was in the military. So we moved out there for a while, but came back. Yeah, and then when I was in the Navy, I traveled the world. You know, I've been literally around South America.
Yeah. I knew that. I remember talking to you about that because, guys, Brian's a veteran.
Yeah, I was in the Navy for 12 years. Wanted to do a career, but my love handles kind of stymied that.
Well, I think we all have that problem, whether we're vets or not, or maybe
but
my love handles keep me from doing things as well, brother. I wanted to ask you something. How's your friend doing? Speaking of veterans, your friend.
Oh, my friend John, he's been having some challenges, but it's overcome. We're overcoming them and stuff. But his life has always been challenging. So,
because you're basically kind of his caregiver.
Yeah, I was up until when I had my little breakdown back in the summer of 2022, and that's what started me on this journey here. You know, because like I told you, I was in the Navy since like 30 for 20 years. I was just doing stress, and it just all came to a head. But you know, so I'm slowly getting. You're welcome, Jazzy girl.
Yeah, guys, definitely thank him for his service. He's a vet.
Yeah. And I'm slowly getting myself back up on my feet. You know, I want to get back in school. There's a creative writing program at the college that I went to when I was after I graduated from high school that I never finished. And I got my GI Bill going on, and you know, I still got some of that left. And I like a brick and mortar school because I did go to college at several different, you know, online places when I was in the Navy. And I did the best when I actually was on shore duty in New Mexico right before they gave me the boot for being you know, it was an honorable discharge. So I got all my benefits and all that other stuff, but they had this really dumb thing with height weight standards based on the body mass index, right? Okay. And what they would do, we called it the rope and choke, right? They would measure. Yeah, we called it the rope and choke. They would measure you. These are for dudes. For dudes, they would measure you around your waist at your belly button. And then they would measure your neck, and they would take those, you know, they would take the difference, and on a chart, that's what they said what your body fat percentage was.
Okay.
Right? And you had to be underneath a certain body fat percentage. I'd seen muscle-bound dudes, right? Muscle-bound dudes. Not an ounce of fat on them. Have be told, you know, you need to be measured at 21-22% body fat, which is what you had to be. I'm talking, you know, so the ironic thing is, you know, the kick in the balls in my case was I got discharged December 31st of 2013. At April 2014, at the commencement for the graduating class at Annapolis, the Chief of Naval Operations announced the suspension of their booting out program for height weight standards. You know, So if that would have happened 6 months later, I would have been able to finish out my enlistment and maybe re-enlist, because when I was 12 years in, I had three more years left on my contract, and I was just going to re-enlist for the rest of it. So I could have finished that out and, got myself back in shape or whatever. So because they were losing more people, more highly trained. They spent millions and millions of dollars on my training, and I was a technician. I worked on weapon systems, and they were losing more people because of height weight standards than for drugs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Bizarre. That's stupid.
Yeah, it was bizarre. So, and a buddy of mine that I'd served with on my last ship sent me that article, and I was like, "Thank you for giving me the kick in the balls."
Yeah.
Yeah, but
how long? So you were in the Navy for more than 12 years, though, weren't you?
12 years. 12 years.
Okay. Okay.
Right under 12 years. I joined April of 2002 and was discharged 2014.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
Yeah, and like I said, the goal was actually the goal was to retire at 50 and do what I want. If it had to be within boundaries, it'd be within boundaries. And I injured my neck when I was out at sea one time. I was on my second ship, the San Jacinto, and we were doing stuff in the Mid-Atlantic. And actually, it was off the coast of North Carolina. We were doing whatever, and I got tasked with destroying some documents, and I had to put them in the pulper. Well, I had to do it in the document pulper room. Pulper. They'd take the paper and pulp it and shoot it out the ship. That's what they do with classified documents. Environmentally safe. It's just paper. So that was my job. Well, the problem was the heavy boxes of documents were in the lower part of the ship, while the pulper was in the top part of the ship. So I was taking them all up and everything. That put some strain. And then when I was in there doing it, I picked up a box wrong as a wave hit the ship. And we did this, and it tore something back here. And I went and reported it to the medical and got back to work. Yeah, I have neck and shoulder issues.
Yeah, I bet.
And sleep apnea. So I get disability. And, I think I remember talking to you about that last time we talked.
You did, yeah. And I'm glad you do.
Yeah, because I can't really do physical labor. I'm not afraid of doing physical labor. I prefer not to do it,
Well, sure.
Anyways, lost my train of thought there for a second. So I'm using, and it was my circumstances, especially with, me having that breakdown, I had to scrape everything down to foundation and build myself up from there. I just had no idea how I'd do it. And I ran into this community, and that's one of the things that's helped me, grow over the last year.
Brian, I love that. I love to hear you say that, because I know that you and so many other people, including me, guys, this is our home. It's our community. I very much feel that way. And I love to hear that, Brian, because I do get so many private messages from you guys all saying the same thing. Like, Brian just shared a little bit about his background. People do that with me all the time. And they're like, because of that, this helps me. I just love that. It never gets old for me. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, I lost my. It's been a long day, actually, and I even got to take a nap.
Oh, you got to take a nap? You had therapy today, right?
Yeah. I see a therapist through the VA. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I get like my friend has a nightmare time with the VA. My stuff is, they prefer people like me because it's socialized medicine. They're a big bureaucracy, and they gotta do certain things, hit certain points and all that other stuff. And, most of my stuff is pretty easy to take care of. And we got a clinic in Conway. That's the nearest big city. It's got 60,000 people. I don't know if that's considered a big city, small city, or whatever. For Arkansas, it's a big city. It's near city to me, and So go to the VA clinic there. The big problem is right now the ratio of counselors to patients and stuff. So the last appointment I had with him was 3 months ago.
Okay. Okay.
But in between there, I've been talking to a hypnotherapist.
Nice.
Through the VA. Yes. I found out, and it's for my chronic pain, but she knows all about like when this over the holidays, I had a friend of mine pass, and then we had Doug pass.
Yeah.
And being in the holidays, so she helped me through that. And then, the first 20, 30 minutes we talk about stuff, and then we'll go into guided meditation. And, I record those and, listen to those every day and do that. And that helps with the, with all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, Brian, that's really good. I do have to say, I'm very thankful for the VA for those things. Like Fred, he was a Navy vet. Fred was in the Navy, and
do you know what he did?
He was at the Great Lakes Naval Training Academy.
Okay, he probably pushed boots at one point.
In Illinois? Is that in Illinois?
Yeah, that's where I went to boot camp.
Okay, that's where Fred talked about the most. I just say it in his voice. Great Lakes Naval Training Academy. Yeah, I don't know exactly what he did, but he talked about that place a lot.
Yeah, we called it Great Mistakes.
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but he was in the Navy too.
I spent almost the first year. I spent like the first 10 months of my naval career, my time in the Navy there training. That's where I went to boot camp and technical schools and all that other stuff. Because I told you I worked on combat systems radar, specifically a thing called Aegis weapon system. And the thing I worked on, it was the radar that guided missiles into their targets.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Well, yeah, it was actually, yeah. So I was one of those. The ships I were, it limited my choices of commands I could go to. Okay. And it was a high demand. It could be a high demand, stressful job because.
Oh yeah.
We did air defense for carriers and for shipping and and all that stuff. Like my last deployment, we did the pirate. I'll put it in quotes, pirate hunting off the quote. It sounds a lot cooler than it was. Pirate hunting off the Horn of Africa.
Okay.
And all we did was turn and burn circles in the water, waiting on something to happen. And thank God nothing happened.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did get to see. I did get to go to Oman, the Seychelles, and I got to participate in. And this is one of the things that actually drew me into this community. The W word, WOG.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Some people. I'm being
sensitive, and I appreciate that.
Sensitive.
I didn't know it was a bad word just because I used it.
Me either. And the first time I'd ever heard it was in the Navy. Right? We have this ceremony. It's fun. I had a blast doing it both times. The ceremony when you go on the other, when you go below the equator, you go through this ceremony, and you become a shellback, right? And before that, you're what they call a polywog, right? And they shortened it into the W word. That was one of the things that fascinated me. It's like all this stuff that Hubbard stole from the Navy. It kind of pissed me off too.
Oh, he
the stolen valor. Yeah, and so it was really fun. I screamed and like at one point they had me. You crawl around the ship, the ship's on your hands and knees, and people, you get dirty, and it's and it's what they do these days is a heck of a lot tamer. What I went through was tame compared to what 40, 50 years before that and stuff. Because society develops, and one of the things that is that I remember. remember one of my captains saying was when they decided to get rid of the don't ask, don't tell. The military is such a melting pot of American society. You know, I served with all colors, genders, sexual orientations, religions. I served with people from different cultures from all over the world.
Totally.
And you know, the military is one of these organizations that kind of predicts what is going to happen in a larger society, you know. And, you know, integration started in the 50s with the military, you know, because it was, you know, having an integrated military is conducive to good discipline and order. And when you have a job to do that, all that you learn people, you get to know people and stuff. So those experiences were, you know, I won't trade those for the world, you know.
Yeah, totally.
So
that's pretty cool, Brian. Well, she said that she worked at the KCVA. She lives close to me. Donna rhymes with Donna. And I just want to tell her thank you for doing what she did, because Fred always was being seen at the VA in Kansas City. And I took him to all of his appointments and we got to know everybody. And it was a great, I appreciate very much the VA for taking care of our vets.
Yeah. My grandpa was a Marine in World War II. He did the island hopping campaign. Could have been killed at one point because his orders got messed up in the place he was supposed to go. All the men got wiped out.
Yep.
That's what my mom told me.
Yeah.
And my grandpa didn't talk too much about it, so I know very little.
Yeah, you know, Fred was World War II, and he didn't say a lot about it either.
They went through hell, you know. They did.
But they were some tough men. I mean, it doesn't get tougher than that. That's where I think the fearless came in with Fred. I mean, you've been through that. It's amazing. It's sad, but it's amazing. Yeah. So Brian, did you want to read?
Yeah, I wanted to actually get your opinion. I know you said you read some of it. What do you think about what you read? Because one of the things any self-respecting artist wants is feedback.
Well, I told you in my message today, I haven't read the whole book. I have so many people that have sent me so many books. But this is, I have to be honest, this is probably my favorite type of thing to read, because it's not something where I get stuck. Like, I like how short, I kind of like that about reading. Like, I like something to be a little bit shorter so that I don't feel so tied down to it. But like, I loved this one. And I think we read this one the last time. Scientology. You couldn't make this shit up even if you tried.
Yeah.
I love that one. There's just I mean, guys, Brian is very talented. And he also has, of course, non-Scientology stuff too. That's amazing.
Well, if y'all want to hear a couple of these, let me read some.
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's see here. Okay. I tried to give this one.
Thank you to everyone first for sticking with us. I know it's over 2 hours. We won't keep you much longer if you can stay.
No, I'm going to wrap this up. I just want to, plug my book again. I actually had Liz Gale and a couple other people do some stuff for me with this. It was nice of them to lend a hand in their own little way. This one I tried to give Hotel California vibes.
Awesome. Okay, read it, because I love that.
It goes, this is the 16th Scientology haiku. It goes, Scientology, you can quit anytime, but they won't let you leave.
Okay, yeah.
See, every time I think about that even right now, I'm hearing that really probably the best duo guitar solo in music history, at the end of it.
Anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Yeah, so I tried to give all right, let's make fun of old L. Ron Hubbard. Why not? He goes, this one's called Old L. Ron Hubbard. It's been said Lafayette Ronald Hubbard didn't have many cups in his cupboard. Commodore to crackpot Navy went batshit crazy. Out of his mouth the nonsense blubbered.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I like it when I can make people laugh, you know?
You do. You make us laugh for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, do you have a Scientology background? You do not.
No, I'm a never end. My religious background, because I grew up in the South, rural South. I grew up surrounded by the Church of Scientology. My mother, Christian, did a lot of church hopping, but when I was young, I didn't want to go, so she didn't make me. You know, I didn't. It didn't jive. Even way back then, when I was 5 years old, I felt something was wrong with it. I tried other things. I consider myself, I wouldn't say a Buddhist, but I've been studying a lot of Eastern philosophies, you know, the past several years, and that kind of is what I gravitate towards. I like the middle way, you know.
Totally.
Extremes piss me off.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the extreme right, extreme left, it doesn't matter. Politics, religions, whatever, they piss me off. Yeah. Because I'm a live and let live dude. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. Leave me alone. Golden rule rules.
I love that.
You know. So.
I love that, Brian. I love that.
Wow, that was rude.
What do you mean, Anne? That is rude? Did somebody say something, I wonder?
Oh, yeah, if I was.
No, you weren't rude, Brian. She's not talking to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the chat is kind of having a conversation with themselves.
Okay, that happens all the time.
Yeah. No, it's not you. It's not anything you said.
Okay.
Everybody loves you, Brian.
Okie dokie. So here, let me I like this one, Scientology, giving me something to write about every day. So anywho, I'm like I said, it's been a long day, and my brain just went mush too. So
that's okay, Brian. I'm glad that we at least got to catch up for a little bit, because
I'd like to do. You know, I was hoping we could get to a Q&A, but you know, Tommy, you know, all that stuff. Like I said,
we can always do it again. We can always do it again. I do want you to tune in for the therapist though on Monday if you can.
Oh yeah, I'll be here. Yeah, okay. I'll be here because you know, right now I'm not that busy still.
Okay. And then mods, can you have your own channel, right, Brian?
Yeah, it's called From a Poet.
Okay. Mods, can you put up a link to his channel?
Yeah. So
and then also just see, Anne said you could never be rude. It's not you, Brian. It wasn't you.
Okay.
Everybody loves you, Brian. And we thank you for reading some of the stuff for sure.
Okay. So next time I'll probably make a list or whatever or something, because you know, I'll do a Q&A or whatever. But
do a Q&A, but we also like to just, you know, off the cuff it. I think this was great. It wasn't too long, but again, we can do this again. And then tomorrow I'm going to do something in the morning with Marilyn. We love Marilyn.
Yeah, I'll probably be there. I have no plans for tomorrow.
Okay. And then guys, next week with the therapist. And I just appreciate everybody staying, and also you, Brian. Brian, I can't tell you enough how much I love you. You really are one of the solid people who've been here since the beginning. And whenever I see you in the chat, I'm like, Brian's here. I just really do. It just gives me some security when I see you. And I just think you're so supportive and loyal. So thank you.
You know, like I always say, we all got your back.
Well, thank you. I mean, I think when you and I first did our live, I didn't, that was a few months ago. And I've only had my channel.
It was in October.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I was still pretty new on the scene. And now I feel like I really know you guys. So I just can't thank you enough. I mean it. I love you. And you've been with me since the beginning. And so I just hope that we keep climbing, Brian. I hope that this channel doesn't fizzle out and we keep making.
No, you're not going to fizzle out. I see bigger and better.
I hope so. So. And then tomorrow night, we'll be on with Sterling. I forgot. So good things coming. But Brian, thank you for being with me. Carrie Ann. Yes, I'm going to read the super chats. Brian, if you want to pop off, you can, or you can stay on while I read them. It's totally up to you.
That's okay. I'm going to get off here and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us and reading some of your stuff. And everybody get his book.
All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk
Thank you,
to
Brian.
later.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. How cute is he, you guys? They were supportive of you and Tommy and of Brian. Yes, don't worry. I wasn't going to leave without reading those. I like to read them, Carrie Ann, as they come in, but it's very hard to do that when you're with somebody else. So, guys, thank you for staying on. This has been a long live. I appreciate it very much. I love Brian Lucas. I know Creekside Acre, isn't he adorable? I love Brian Lucas. He is so, I can't say enough good things. Yes, Chaotic Bleach, Shelly. He's so cute. And he's got such a big heart, and he's so welcoming, and he's been with us since day one. He's just always with us. He's always in the chat. He loves animals. He has his dogs. Read the regular chats too. Good stuff. Great show today. Definitely. GeoPlanet Jane. Again, I always read the chats when I'm solo, but when I have somebody with me, I can't. I'm sure you understand. I can't just interrupt while people are talking and read the chats. But you guys know I love you, and that's why I mainly do solo stuff, because I like to talk to you guys more than anything. Hope everyone is doing well. Love, Reese. Aren't you just the brightest star in the sky? Well, thank you, Grammarly. Love you, babe. Love, Maddie. I'm really hoping to get to 20,000 soon, but my subscribers is just very slow climbing, and that's okay. We're not here for the numbers, but it is still kind of that like psychological. It's exciting. I'm like, wow, I'm close to 20. So I hope we get there. You needed to be present for Tommy. I think that went well. I think that went well. I'd like to go on his channel. I'm going to wear Kevlar just to be safe. But yeah, I think it's okay. Love you, Kiki. I'm going to read these. Yeah, I knew you got it, GeoPlanet Jane. I'm going to read some of these super chats. Katie Fulton, I just love you, girl. Slow and steady, dip me in glitter. You mean this mod? Yeah, but if I go on his channel, Barb, you're not one of his mods yet. So I have to wrench myself when I go on Tommy's channel. I have to wrench verbally, and typically that wrench turns into a sledgehammer real fast. Thank you, Jazzy Girl. Thank you. Yeah, Try Bright. I don't recognize your name, but welcome. I love having Brian. You loved the chat with Tommy. I think you guys came to an understanding. Thank you, GeoPlanet Jane. Yeah, it was very diverse from Tommy to Brian. You know, that was the first time I've ever done 2 people on my channel. I've ever had 2 people. Totally understand when you can't read the chats. Brave, I don't recognize your name unless you changed your name, because we have a Kestrel that was in the chat, but Brave Kestrel, I've never noticed. Hey, Peace Lady. Muskrat Love. Sorry, I had to go there. Brave, thank you for your super chat, though. All right, I'm going to read these. And there are troll people in both chats at times, and they get a kick out of throwing both of you and your chat people off balance. Don't give them the power, lovelies. You're both amazing. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, I agree. I try not to let that bother me as much, but I guess it still does. Love it. Tommy's an extrovert until needs to introvert. Tommy's a lot of things. Didn't he love it? He's a lot of things rolled into one. Hey, Carrie Ann, I'm so honored to witness y'all's penis. What is that word? I don't know what that means. With each other, let alone openly. This will hopefully result in more understanding. Carrie Ann, I really hope that's true, babe. Thank you for your super chat. Barb, what he's talking about is the phone call where he needed to leave. Yes, he didn't articulate that in the beginning, though. And I was like, what is he talking about? And I wasn't the only one. There was a bunch of people going, I'm having trouble following what he's talking about. I felt bad because I know, Shelly, I double teamed it today. I can do it, girl. Clearly I can do it. Still got it. Openness. Okay, I got it. I felt bad because Tommy was really laying his heart out and pouring it all out there. And I didn't want to be like, can I interrupt you? Because I didn't want to interrupt him, but I was like, I don't know where he's going with this. I didn't understand what he was saying. Yeah, love Maddie. Tommy came on for about 30 minutes or so. Yeah. Not all of Tommy's people are my people, clearly. And some of Tommy's people really feel strongly about me in bad ways. They don't like me. So when I go over to his channel, I don't have any of my mods with me. And I got a mod myself. So again, I'm going to wear some Kevlar. Susie. Reese, your fear of rejection is as strong as Tommy's fear of relapse. You guys could be really healing for each other if you agree to ground rules. That is so profound. And I think that's very true, Susie. I got to remember that. That's very true. Rogue Hedgie, cute name. You are both such beautiful people. Love you both. Thank you, babe. Wow. Welcome. I don't recognize you. There's Sarah. This is why you are good for each other. You both hate seeing the other self-criticize, but both do it a lot. Yes, we do. That's what's cool about both being friends and supporting one another. Friendship is rooting for and seeing them as they are. Sarah, you are always so wise. And that's true. I feel like there's such good things, but we can't seem to get there. Do you know that I've never had this kind of a relationship with anyone in my life? Oh, today was the first time I've done chats. Cher is my real name. I always watch. Keep up. Thank you for speaking up. He does talk in phrases and changes subjects without warning. Shorthand, short speak to. I've never had a friend like Tommy where he is very complicated and I'm complicated. It's like I feel like we're really trying to get there. We just can't seem to get there. But I won't ever do that again to him because clearly that's something he feels strongly about. I understand. When he said, please don't, it really bummed him out what I told him the last time. I won't ever do that to him again. I want to honor that and respect him because I do respect him. I have a lot of respect for him. So Brave Kestrel, I wish you both could see each other through each other's eyes. Me too. When you would both see how loved you truly are. I can relate to both of you. And believe me when I say your friendship is a beautiful thing. You are so kind. Thank you for your giant super chat. That's a really nice thing to say. Windex. Okay, and Hummingbird, I'll take your word for it. There's Brave Kestrel again. Poughkeepsie would be a great safe word. It would be. I've never used that word before. Isn't that a place? I don't even know what that word really means. That's a good safe word. Oh, Brave Kestrel, first time super chat today. Love watching you and Tommy together. Y'all have a friendship worth fighting for. Two beautiful souls who have no idea how beautiful you truly are. Wow. Keep making us laugh. Mad love for you both. Wow. That was really nice. Look at this person. Totally understand when you can't read the chat. Brave Kestrel, you're amazing. I am so happy. You came out of nowhere. I've never met you, but thank you for coming out. Try bite. Next time you go to Tommy, you should literally wear a helmet. Oh my God. I like when he's on your channel, he can focus and listen better. I'm totally going to do that. When I go on his channel, I need to get like a ski mask and a helmet. And I should wear like a big puffy coat and like really try to look like I'm, oh my God. Yeah, negative self-talk is not helpful in healing, and I do it all the time. Tommy feels he has to be guarded at all times. He fears that his mind is a house of cards. That's so sad, but I think you're right, Shelley. Wendy Brewer, and you are a lovely YouTuber. I love you so much. Wendy, thank you, babe. I love you too. I think you're not used to having real friends, and y'all both have trauma. Well, he said that too a little bit. Did you guys notice he kind of alluded to that? Hockey gear, Armine. Did you guys notice that he even said like he doesn't have friends for those reasons too? So it's like we're both, I don't know. It's like we're both too similar or something. We both are tiptoeing and trying not to trigger things and step into the, what are those things when it goes off? I don't know. You know, when you're walking in a movie and something, I can't help myself today. I really feel like I need sleep, but I got plenty of sleep last night. Like a time bomb, but it's not. Landmine, minefield, bear trap. Thank you, Shelley. Whoa. Losing it a little bit. Poughkeepsie is the word they use on TV series, use supernatural to let. Okay, interesting, Brave Kestrel. I did not know that. Yeah, but guys, I think that was a good conversation. Tommy is safe here, Yvonne. He is. I'm not safe on his channel. I'll tell you right now. I did not feel safe on his channel. His crowd kind of ate me alive a little bit. Not a lot. You know, I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but it got kind of ugly for a minute there. And then finally I felt like I was like, okay, I'm going to have to start wrenching myself here. Somebody needs to take the Costco Reese picture and put hockey gear on it. And that picture was the absolute best. That was the absolute. Did I save that picture? I wish that I had. I don't think I did. Dang, I didn't. Uh, ooh, look at that picture of me from 2021. Oops, it's playing music. Oh, it's look though. Whoops. Oh, well, we went to a steak place, and that was me crying with one of my residents. And there's me, Jeff, and Huxley. It's playing a little thing. Oh, there's Brenda. That's depressing. There's Jeff with Gertie and okay. I don't know what pictures are going to show up, and I could look ugly in them. So I'm going to, yep, like that one. I'm going to put that away now. Anyway, this has been a fun time. And Dawn, you push away, also don't get hurt. Yeah, Tommy is dealing with severe addiction, and it's very hard for him to communicate. My nephew is an addict, I understand. Dawn, it is a sad situation. Ooh, thank you, Dip Me in Glitter. Friendships do take time, Pat O. You two didn't have amazing chemistry, which fooled you into thinking you were one mind. It means a friendship is worth fighting for. Well, that's sweet. The emotions at the start and the people who are not in this community are ones who comment. And anyone on YouTube can comment, and that is not his community, Reese. But it was his community, Sarah. I wasn't on my channel streaming it. It was people on his channel. Yeah, his people are there for a specific reason. They were trying to protect him. Yeah, I totally agree. And you guys, I can't blame him or his channel for that. You would do the same thing here. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Jazzy girl. Yeah. Oh, love Maddie. Dang, girl. The angry Costco picture. Please remind Tommy that he told me he wants me to be a mod by the time he sees Spanx. Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. You've been telling him for a long time that you want to be a mod. And I keep wondering, I'm like, why isn't she a mod? It's weird. Like, why aren't you a mod? I've seen you remind him so many times. I'm looking for the Costco picture because it was just the funniest thing of it. Does anybody have it? Even if you did, it wouldn't make a difference. Dang, where is it? It's the funniest thing. Who screenshot that picture? There it is. Oh my God. That's me yelling at Jeff at Costco. When the top lip disappears and the head tilts down, you better run. You better run. Oh my God. That was so funny. I know, Shelly. I know you would. Katie, you don't offend anybody. I hope I didn't offend anyone tonight. A lot happened at once. Brian, I truly loved your visit tonight. I got nothing but love for Katie. Please, babe. You are family. That's silly. Clearly, Jeff thinks you are gorgeous. Oh, I hope he does. I married him. I mean, if he thinks I'm ugly, that's a real problem, isn't it? I mean, I'm not going to be married to anybody that thinks I'm ugly. Like, I'm incredibly shallow. I marry people for their looks, and I assume that they marry me for my looks. That's what marriage is about, right? Just kidding. Am I? Yeah, that was the syrup incident. That was the syrup face, and I wanted to leave Jeff in Costco and never bring him back. I was so mad at him. I was so mad. That Costco thing got me revved up. Yeah, I love Maddie. You need to go back and watch that little clip. It was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. Oh, I see what you're saying. Anybody can comment. And Tommy's community and your community are both truly loving. There are also some randos commenting about, yeah. And you know what, Sarah, there's always going to be, again, I can't blame Tommy, even if they were his people. My people would come, my chat would assemble real fast too. If somebody came in here and we were kind of, a little bit edgy, a little rocky, not completely full of love. I can name in my head right now the people who would be like, Shelly's one of them. Sorry, Shelly. Sorry to name drop you. All right, I'm going to go because it's been like 7 hours. Creekside Acre. I just want to say thank you for the way you interact with us. I love you, babe. Watched another YouTuber go live and have followed her for 5 years. I felt invisible in the chat. We are spoiled by you. Well, you better stick around then, babe. Please. I love having you guys. The reason I go live is to see you guys. Thank you, Wendy. Love Maddie. It was something to see. Yeah, the French onion soup boobs. Yeah, it was serious. The main people in his channel are not regulars. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Regulars, not regulars. It doesn't matter. I'm going to wear Kevlar and I'm going to mod for myself. Creekside Acre, I know that you're sticking around, babe. Try-Bite. Yes, thank you for being here, guys. I'm going to sign off. It's been about 10 hours now. So, Peace Lady, I will. I'm going to go feed Gertrude, actually. I don't even know what time it is. I feel like we're in a casino. I have no concept of time. There's no windows in here. I had to poop during this live. That was wild. Yeah, the Costco or Hooters thing. I love you, Chaotic Bleach. I really love you guys. I am here for you. I know you're here for me. This is why we have this channel. So make sure you're subscribed. Please do that. Make him tell Spanx. You tell Spanx. I don't talk to Spanx. What do you act like I have some inside connection with these people? I don't know these damn Scovilles. Even if I tried, there's too much to them. I can't understand them. I try. I'm getting there. Okay. But I will mention it. All right. Well, I love you all. And Cindy B, you have a good day as well, guys. I will be on tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Okay, tomorrow I'm going to be on with Marilyn in the morning. And if we can somehow nail Sterling down, that would be great. But the man watches so much football, I can't do it. I don't know. I can't be a part of his life right now during these playoffs or whatever's going on. It's really frustrating. He doesn't put me first. All right, that's enough. I feel like I need some ice cream or something at this point because my period came back and I just feel it. Love you, Chow Yun Smut. Okay, guys, here comes Fred. And I will see you twice tomorrow. 2 times, possibly thrice. Who knows? Who knows? It depends on how much sleep I get. All right. Love you, Tampa B Man. Love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for sticking around. We had 2 guests tonight. We double teamed it. I like that. We'll save that for the other channel that we're going to start. Remember? Okay, here we go. Love you guys. See you tomorrow in the morning. Don't forget.